Hello. Welcome, Pat. Love how my robot's frozen greeting you. And welcome everybody else. If you're here right now, I'm biting you. Sound of me biting you. It's Wednesday. Those of you that work in the week, you have made it halfway through. Congrats. Um, I've had a rough day. Not really. Just I had a rough start to the day and it hit me hard. So I am glad to just be doing a chill stream today. We're just watching YouTube videos. I'm just here to hang out. He isn't even fully loaded yet and you're feeding him? What the fuck? Look, he's so slow. He isn't even warmed up yet. Oh wow, he really is slow, huh? Hope that's not going to be a problem. Yeah, as usual, I slept super in, so, um, and I've been waiting on some emails to, like, make some appointments, and, I woke up at 3, and I checked my email, and I got an email from the person I was waiting from. They were like, yeah, sure, we made an appointment for you to come talk to us, on the 3rd of November at 4 p.m. And I was like, what the fuck? That's today. That's today in an hour. So and going there would have taken me like 30 minutes. So I ran out of bed, washed my hair, got dressed, put on shoes, took all my necessary stuff, sprinted out the door, ran to the bus stop, texted my friends about it, and I was like, but was it really November though? And then at the bus stop, I checked my email and it was the 3rd of December, 4 p.m. So then I walked back home and put on my pajamas and went back to bed. And I've been there since. Um, I'm really sleepy. I, it's not like I didn't get enough sleep, right? I, but I'm really fucking sleepy. And then I ordered food because I couldn't be asked to make something. So I have had one meal today. Did you guys know that French tacos are a thing? I didn't, but my delivery app suggested me a new restaurant and was French tacos, so I got some. Uh, they were mediocre. If you crave tacos, get regular tacos. French tacos, mm-mm. It's, maybe that's why my head hurts right now. It's a real carb bomb. I don't recommend it. Not to rag, I was going to say not to rag on the French, but fuck the French. So French tacos, don't like it. Don't like it. You're so sorry that happened to me. Ah, thank you. It was my own undoing, but thank you. uh, yeah, we're just gonna watch videos today. I have nothing else to say to it. I'm probably going to be pretty quiet. Maybe not. Who knows, right? I know there's not a lot of videos in the playlist. There's a couple really short ones and then a couple longer ones and one that's really long. And I put the playlist on shuffle, so I don't know when it's coming. So it's going to be a surprise to all of us. Anyways, there's stuff that makes me laugh, one video that makes me cry, and also I'm fairly certain. Thanks for the bonk, Arctic Mocha. Welcome. I did put a cooldown on it this time. I'm prepared. And a couple comfort videos too, actually. If I wasn't so scared about being DMCA'd, I would have put some music in here too, but yeah. Anyways, this video is called It's Worm Train! Exclamation point. Dropvy animated. You'll see that I have a couple videos from the same sources in here just because I find those funny. And a couple that I unfortunately find funny. I probably am going to preface that when I get to it, but let's go. Let me know how the audio is once I go.
This was Elon Musk's new test vehicle, Worm Train.
Worm Train. Poorly named because worms don't have legs.
Worms don't have legs. That was another thing that, you know.
There's like, do you mean Caterpillar Train? No.
No, Worm Train.
Worm Train.
Well, it's
This is Worm
a bit
Train.
behind.
So it
huh?
doesn't have legs. No, it has legs.
Oh well.
So it's not a worm. Yeah, it is.
It's a worm. It's a worm train.
It's Worm Train.
Elon, how do people get on the worm train? What? How did passengers get on? How does what get on?
What are you talking
What are you
about?
talking about?
It's Worm Train. There aren't passengers.
Elon, we gave you billions of dollars.
Yeah, give me more.
Give
me
more.
all of your transit budget. This is transit now.
Do you want me to fix Worm Train or not?
How does it get people where they need to go? It doesn't.
Get who where?
So it's on a worm nor a train?
It's Worm
It's
Train.
Worm Train.
It's Worm Train. Let's see, what's this next video called? It's Game Grumps. Oh,
Hold on. I'm gonna go to the casino.
Stop. I don't watch Game Grumps anymore after the recent controversy. I'm not gonna talk about it, but you know, thanks for the fart. I appreciate it. Just a bit too much for me, so I stopped. But unfortunately, I still find some of their clips funny. So this is Game Grumps. Aaron's Fortress of Solitude. Maybe I should have cropped this in a way that you could have seen the title, but whatever.
Get her an expensive gift. All
Okay.
right. I'm gonna play some fucking roulette. All
Bet
right.
it all on black.
I'm not
right
going.
now.
No, dude. I'm doing it fucking my way. 23. Here we go.
Whoa.
Boom, 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 boom.
Whoa.
That's called the Fortress, motherfucker.
The fortress.
Yeah, it's the Fortress of Solitude.
What if it doesn't work at all?
No, it does work. Watch,
What do you
and then I'll
think the
put it like
controversy
a
was
million right
recent?
here,
Okay.
and like I'll put like a bunch right here.
Okay.
See? That's how it works.
I see.
All right, cool. And look at the wheel.
I guess I don't.
No more bets?
Bet.
Watch this.
One
23?
thing
23.
23.
that I
23's my number.
obtained from this clip.
Come on.
Big
that-
23 gave it to me.
23.
Yeah! 5!
That's okay. No, it's all right. It's all right. I didn't lose anything, I don't think.
Be
Really?
quieter, I'm
Maybe
talking over
maybe
you.
I did.
When
that's okay.
my rabbit
Why?
Banana,
Why
who
didn't
has
you
since
lose it?
passed
Oh my
away,
god, who's betting on 23? No, that's my number. Fuck you.
she would
shit,
love pets,
place bet,
but
place bet.
she like a cat would decide when she was done with pets.
Why can't I place
And
bets
every
on top
time
of
she
hers?
decided she was done with
know.
pets and walked away and showed
bullshit.
me her butt, I'd say no more
That's rough.
pets,
That's really rough.
like the
Alright,
guy
this
in the
is
game,
happening.
but
This was
with
happening.
pets.
23 all the way. Fortress of Solitude. Here it comes. Fortress of Solitude.
And 1 chip on 5.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah!
Boom, 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 boom.
5.
Fortress of fucking Solitude.
No more bets.
Why couldn't
23, girl. Here we go. Here we go. What color is it?
It's
Welcome,
red.
Mill.
There you go. 13.
Lime's being
Black.
really slow at greeting people,
God,
but
well, no, you know
thank
what?
for
It's
being
fine. It's
here.
fine. I got. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Wow,
Everything's
people
good.
win a lot of money at
Hope
this.
everyone's
yeah,
day's
roulette is
been
crazy.
good.
If you hit,
Better
you
than
fucking
mine.
hit, dude.
All
Alright,
right.
alright.
Get there before anyone else can move in on your.
No, 23. Fuck you, you fucking pink ass piece of shit. 23's my number, you fucking garbage ass pink motherfucker. I'll fucking kill you. I'll stab you in your sleep, you stupid fucking. What if it's Neo Tengu? It's not.
No, it's your friend. It's.
Oh, it's Kasumi?
Yeah, it's-
You left me!
Yeah.
Well, I left. I made that choice, but still.
Yeah. Still counts.
13 is actually one of my numbers in real roulette, so.
Great. No more bets.
23. Fortress of Solitude never fails. Never fails, baby! 10.
Yeah. 10.
Lime's
That's,
being
It's
real
okay.
fucked up, so I'm gonna take him off for today.
It's all right. Don't
Sorry,
you fucking
Lime.
dare. Don't you fucking dare.
There
23,
you go.
all mine. 23 is all mine. Yeah.
You're not doing very well with this.
No. You don't understand. It seems like it's costing me a lot.
Uh-huh.
But then when 23 hits, you're gonna see it's gonna fill up the whole fucking screen.
Okay.
It's gonna be a goddamn Trump Tower of fucking white chips.
Okay.
No! How dare you!
That is the color of chips he would want to make America great again.
Cream.
Make Newsack Island great.
Look at this. Look at this. She's doing it on 13 and stuff.
Yeah, jeez.
23. 23. 23.
Here we go. 23.
Here it is. 23.
14. Yeah.
Oh, hey, all right. I did okay.
The fact that
don't
I
It's a double hit.
find some
I don't
game rooms
understand
that's
how
funny
you're
probably
winning
says a lot about
when
my
you
sense
lose.
of humor.
Because I'm not.
What does second 12 mean?
That means all of this group right here. So it's 2 to 1. So if I win, I get 2 back, and I get to keep the one that I bet, obviously.
Right.
So fucking here we go. Fortress of Solitude. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit this time. I'm telling you, dude. I'm fucking telling
I don't
you.
know about this.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, she's putting it all on 14, but 14 means nothing to me. 14 is dead. 14 is dead.
14
It's
already
dead.
hit.
I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way.
Whoa.
Here we go. Here
No
we go.
more bets. You
23, 23, 23,
Crazy brat.
23. Here it is. 23!
23!
Yeah, 31.
Fuck you, 31, you fucking piece of garbage, shit ass penis licker! Licking penis! No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Not on 23. That's my number.
Stop with this.
No, you don't understand.
This is so hard to watch.
When the fortress hits, it hits hard.
It's never gonna hit, dude.
It makes my penis go doki doki, dude.
And then I panic.
That's the fucking sound of, oh, they took my fucking that. Fuck you.
They took my that.
They took my that, and I'm pissed. I'm super pissed. I'm gonna go on red then. Fuck you.
Okay.
Look at that. 4,620 double dollars.
Here we go. 32.
32. That's almost 23.
That's 23 backwards.
I'm so close. I'm so close. That means the next one's 23. That's what it means.
You get.
Don't even fucking don't screw with me.
I'm giving you one more shot. One more shot, and then we're getting out of here.
I've never gone gambling in my life.
Filling it all up. This is all 23. Going all the way on this motherfucker.
Wow.
All
Those
the
are
way.
giant stacks.
Watch this.
Proud of you, Aaron.
Watch
Pat,
this.
are you watching? Your
I'm 13.
beloved fart
Yeah, just
humor
a
is
touch.
here.
Yeah, just a little bit on 13.
You have lost $20,000.
No. Yes, but no. Yeah, well, I haven't lost it because I haven't stopped playing yet.
Oh yeah, that's a
So,
really healthy way to look at
After the win,
it. 18.
that's
2 and 1.
it's okay. No, it's fine. It's all right.
It's okay.
It's
Hey.
much better when it's 23 though.
You bet 20,000, you
So-
get 2,000 back.
so what?
Aaron, would you please stop?
What? No. What's the big deal?
All right,
What's going on?
this is the last time.
No, I don't
This is
understand.
totally the last one.
No, what do you? What, no, seriously, what's going on?
This is happening.
Do we need to turn it off for a little bit and talk about it?
But it
'Cause-
Does it mean anything putting your chips on top of someone else's chips? Stop, please. So
Watch this.
embarrassing.
20 fucking 3.
Here it is.
Unbelievable. 26.
Yeah!
That's not even in a fucking area. That's my. Wow! Oh, I got sort of a hit a little bit.
Does it touch?
Ow!
Yeah! Whoa!
You like that shit?
Damn, you made all your money back.
But it wasn't 23, so here we go.
Please give it the sound effects.
Here we go. When I watch this, I'm just like. No more bets. Watch this. Watch this. Watch it. Watch.
Here we go.
Watch.
Here we
Watch.
go.
Watch.
Yeah!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Holy shit! Oh my god! Wow, dude. This might be a good time to tap out.
Cash out.
Yeah! Next time on Game
I'm gonna
Grumps,
buy my girl fucking diamond rings, yo.
I'm gonna buy her like 30 trumpets.
Damn. Ba 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 ba.
Could buy the whole fucking Glenn Miller Orchestra. Woo!
Started doing voice warm-ups
Holy
before I started
crap.
streaming.
I told you.
One
the
of them
fortress
is
never failed.
to go
That was amazing.
It never
up and down
fails.
Except for those
like an
first
octave.
12 times
So
we
I just
failed.
sit here
Yeah,
for like
but
a
you
minute
know
going.
what?
As long as
You
you
know
got
what?
20 grand to burn.
This is. Oh, I'm not even.
Reduce. Reuse.
Love that. Oh,
Today, we're
Yeah.
doing
today, this is the video that makes me cry. This is The Past We Can Never Return To, the Anthropocene reviewed by Kurzgesagt. Which is a great channel, by the way, makes nice educational content, very beautifully animated. I very much enjoy it. Anyways, this video makes me cry.
different. Our friend John Green will read a story from his podcast, The Anthropocene Reviewed. We hope you enjoy it, and we'll be back with a regular video soon.
So, if you've ever been or had a child, you will likely already be familiar with hand stencils. They were the first figurative art made by both our kids. Somewhere between the ages of 2 and 3, my children spread the fingers of one hand out across a piece of paper, and then, with the help of a parent, traced their 5 fingers. I remember my son's face as he lifted his hand and looked absolutely shocked to see the shape of his hand still on the paper, a semi-permanent record of himself. I am extremely happy that my children are no longer 3, and yet to look at their little hands from those early artworks is to be inundated with a strange, soul-splitting joy. Those pictures remind me that they are not just growing up, but also growing away from me, running toward their own lives. But of course, that's meaning I am applying to their hand stencils, and that complicated relationship between art and its viewers is never more fraught than when we are looking deeply into the past. In September of 1940, an 18-year-old mechanic named Marcel Ravidat was walking his dog Robot in the countryside of southwestern France when the dog disappeared down a hole. Robot eventually returned, but the next day, Ravidat went to the spot with 3 friends to explore the hole. And after quite a bit of digging, they discovered a cave with walls covered with paintings, including over 900 paintings of animals, horses, stags, bison, and also species that are now extinct, including a woolly rhinoceros. The paintings were astonishingly detailed and vivid, with red, yellow, and black paint made from pulverized mineral pigments that were usually blown through a narrow tube, possibly a hollowed bone, onto the walls of the cave. It would eventually be established that these artworks were at least 17,000 years old. 2 of the boys who visited the cave that day were so profoundly moved by the art they saw that they camped outside the cave to protect it for over a year. After World War II, the French government took over protection of the site, and the cave was opened to the public in 1948. When Picasso saw the cave paintings on a visit that year, he reportedly said, "We have invented nothing." There are many mysteries at Lascaux. Why, for instance, are there no paintings of reindeer, which we know were the primary source of food for the Paleolithic humans who lived in that cave? Why were they so much more focused on painting animals than painting human forms? Why are certain areas of the cave filled with images, including pictures on the ceiling that required the building of scaffolding to create, while other areas have only a few paintings? And were the paintings spiritual? Here are our sacred animals? Or were they practical? Here is a guide to some of the animals that might kill you. Aside from the animals, there are nearly 1,000 abstract signs and shapes we cannot interpret, and also several negative hand stencils, as they are known by art historians. These are the paintings that most interest me. They were created by pressing one hand with fingers splayed against the wall of the cave, and then blowing pigment, leaving the area around the hand painted. Similar hand stencils have been found in caves around the world, from Indonesia to Spain to Australia to the Americas to Africa. We have found these memories of hands from 15 or 30 or even 40,000 years ago. These hand stencils remind us of how different life was in the distant past. Amputations, likely from frostbite, are common in Europe, and so you often see negative hand stencils with 3 or 4 fingers. And life was short and difficult. As many as 1/4 of women died in childbirth. Around 50% of children died before the age of 5. But they also remind us that the humans of the past were as human as we are, their hands indistinguishable from ours. These communities hunted and gathered, and there were no large caloric surpluses, so every healthy person would have had to contribute to the acquisition of food and water, and yet somehow they still made time to create art, almost as if art isn't optional for humans. We see all kinds of hands stenciled on cave walls, children and adults, but almost always the fingers are spread, like my kids' hand stencils. I'm no Jungian, but it's fascinating and a little strange that so many Paleolithic humans who couldn't possibly have had any contact with each other created the same paintings the same way. Paintings that we are still making. But then again, what the Lascaux art means to me is likely very different from what it meant to the people who made it. Some academics theorize that the hand stencils were part of hunting rituals. Then there's always the possibility that the hand was just a convenient model situated at the end of the wrist. To me, though, the hand stencils at Lascaux say, "I was here. They say, "You are not new." And because they are negative prints surrounded by red pigment, they also look to me like something out of a horror movie, like ghostly hands reaching up from some bloody background. They remind me that, as Alice Walker wrote, all history is current. The Lascaux Cave has been closed to the public for many years now. Too many contemporary humans breathing inside of it led to the growth of mold and lichens, which has damaged some of the art. Just the act of looking at something can ruin it, I guess. But tourists can still visit an imitation cave called Lascaux 2, in which the artwork has been meticulously recreated. Humans making fake cave art to save real cave art may feel like peak Anthropocene behavior, but I have to confess that even though I am a jaded and cynical semi-professional reviewer of human activity, I actually find it overwhelmingly hopeful that 4 teenagers and a dog named Robot discovered a cave with 17,000-year-old handprints, that the cave was so overwhelmingly beautiful that 2 of those teenagers devoted themselves to its protection, and that when we humans became a danger to that cave's beauty, we agreed to stop going. Lascaux is there. You cannot visit. You can go to the fake cave we've built and see nearly identical hand stencils, but you will know this is not the thing itself, but a shadow of it. This is a handprint, but not a hand. This is a memory that you cannot return to. All of which makes the cave very much like the past it represents.
We hope you enjoyed this video, even if it was different. Check out John Green's podcast, The
Good. To me, there's just something that gets me every time I think about prehistoric humans doing literally anything. Especially making art. I know that's not the real point of this video, right? But something about that gets me. Just humans being humans fucking makes me cry every single time.
Scene Reviewed, where he poetically reviews the human world we live in. John is a good friend of Kurzgesagt. In fact, without his channel Crash Course, that he and his brother Hank started years ago, Kurzgesagt would not exist, because it was the original inspiration for what we do today. And over the years, John and Hank have
Okay,
helped
enough
us
of
in
that.
a multitude of ways.
Polar bear mascot keeps slipping. Fun. Oh, never mind. This one's just so sweet. I like it.
Thanks.
Such nice music, too. Yay. So nice. So sweet, so cute.
Good, blessed. Look at it go. I love you, clock.
Look, I just found out magic is real too. It's a real fucking dick to the face, if you know what I mean.
Face.
Yeah. Hey, you are a sick son of a bitch.
Gonna kill that dog.
Oh my God,
Animations are nice.
dog's fine.
Yeah, they
We're
are.
all named Esteban.
Juiciest fucking cockroach you've ever seen.
It's the cockroach. I'm doing it. You feel strong.
Did you
burn your house down? We can.
I did.
Right, by the way, this is the Unsleeping City out of context. The Unsleeping City, which is a D&D real play show by College Humor. It's great. I've only seen season 1, but I like it. Anyways, this is only in here for one specific part, but, you know.
It's time for you to fight.
Okay, I'll be waiting, but not in an impatient, desperate way.
You see the cat leaps up onto your shoulder and nuzzles your face.
We'll leave. You can have
Yeah, what is happening?
You'll wait for the cat? You'll stay?
City run.
You love Dimension 20, but you haven't watched this one, though?
Oh, her back. Hi.
I haven't watched that much either. I've seen the first and a bit of the
Are
second
you
season.
enjoying this? You're having fun?
It is so wild to
And
feel the
this.
energy that is normally at this table. Put that tongue back in your fucking mouth.
By my life or death, I'm gonna fuck you one day. One day.
Perry, you know what? Let's not mix business and pleasure. I know we have strong feelings for each other, but we have to work together through this deep sexual tension.
You see that a maitre d' sort of walks over. It's just like a restaurant and bar. Walks over and says, "Hi, ma'am. I've never had to do this before. You have to understand how far it has gotten for me to say this. Your baby is so hairy that it is
Oh my God.
upsetting other customers, and I'm going to have to ask you to take your child out of the bar. Your baby's covered in hair, and everyone's upset."
Say hi, Intrepid Heroes. Hello. You are. Wally, I'm your dad. Red Jesus. It's you're my dad.
Ba-ba-bum.
Oh, you're a dirty little rat.
My sweet grandson, young I should never.
Oh my God, my got an 8. My kid got an 8.
What's my kid doing?
I had 3 8s plus 9.
I think
8, 16, 24, 33 plus 8.
About what they do when they leave my house.
Rowan is not a human person, so Rowan does
Humans don't get to be on Santa's list? Non-humans don't get to be on Santa's list?
Fairies are exempt from the moral frameworks of mortals.
Great. Well,
Take out my gun and I shoot Kingston's leg.
what are you thinking?
Oh, you also have been. Have you just been giving?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's very funny. Also, for the last. Make a perception check.
You said it. Look at all Wizards of the Coast. This is
If he drops
what
the
weird
dice, we
homebrew
won't take
This is the
bullshit
part.
is this, you fuck? Fucking Reddit's gonna eat your ass about this. You know that?
Yeah, and you're gonna love it.
It's more of a quad reel. It's like an ATV, but instead of wheels, it's arms.
Brian,
Yes.
do you know where my laptop went? Have you seen my laptop?
Yeah, maybe. What is a laptop?
It's a small computer. You have one right in front of you.
Oh, yes. It's right here.
No, my laptop.
No, you don't have one, though.
That's what Do you know where it is?
It's kind of a long story.
That's fine.
Come gather round and I'll tell you a tale
Already ready?
A tale of a night very much like the one tonight.
I know this one by heart.
You have to sing the story?
Yes.
The rain pelted
Really like Brian David
cruelly,
Gilbert.
the
Me too.
wind tore my hood as I ran through the wood to my homestead.
How many verses is this?
12.
When I saw in a clearing a figure was stood beckoning as if
When did we live in Brooklyn? Never mind. I'll come back later.
I'll skip to verse 11.
Now you know, said the wizard, what price you must pay to gain the reward you see.
I feel like you skipped a lot.
You'll get it through context.
You must trade me a treasure that's of commensurate or greater value than the suggested retail price of this mystical ancient antique. So I granted the wizard a book forged in chrome, though it pained me to part, and regret filled my mind. With a flourish he vanished along with my tome, leaving not but this study behind. Leaving not but this study behind.
You pawned my laptop to get a hurdy-gurdy.
Karen, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to remind me what a laptop is.
Brennan? I know what's going on here. I know what's going on here. Okay? I do.
Do you?
And if you want me to wander backstage to spill the beans...
I mean, there's really no need for us to do that because...
It's the final question,
these other
right?
two are in the loop, so...
They're in the loop. I'm the only one out of the loop, it would seem. And if we check my point total here, I don't need to walk to the front because I know what it is. It's a big old goose egg, gang. It's a fat 0. Hello, a little late addition to the numerical symbol chart brought to us from our friends in Arabia. A little bit of trivia that I happen to know about the history of numbers. That kind of little tidbit would serve me well in most trivia games, unless it had been rigged from the beginning.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa,
dude. I've only just begun to pull the thread on this sweater, friends. You would think in a game where there were only 2 possible correct choices that one would stumble into the right answer every so often, wouldn't you? In fact, the probability of never guessing right in the full game is a statistical wonder. And yet, here we are. Introduced at the top of the game as a champion. What do you think that means? Icarus flying too close to the sun. But it seems Daedalus, our little master crafter over here, had some wax wings of his own, didn't he? Wanted to see his sun fall from the sky. Oh, how close to the sun he flew. Well, I'm not having it. I solved your labyrinth, puzzle master. The Minotaurs escaped, and you're gonna get the horns, buddy.
Okay, are we?
Can I tell
did
you
we
what
think
the
we
thing
were in
is?
on it, but actually Brennan is the only one in on it, and that was rehearsed?
that was an incredible monologue. Brennan, what is the rule of the game?
Can we all say
I cannot win!
That is correct, Brennan! You cannot win the game!
Did we all get crowns?
This is the clip that
we
single-handedly
only got
convinced
2.
me to sign up for Dropout. Yeah, this dog can drive. Hell yeah. I love this
So
video.
this is like the
Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dog can drive.
The Dr. Seuss book, This Dog Can Drive.
This dog can drive. Ain't that cool?
Every page just says, whoa! Look at that! No rhymes.
This dog can drive. Ain't that the tightest shit you've ever seen? Did I fucking blow your mind, kid? This dog can drive. Remember when a cat wore a hat? That was baby garbage.
Yeah. Take that book and fucking burn it. This dog can drive.
This dog can drive. This dog's gonna run over all those sneeches you love so much. This dog can drive, and that's all that matters anymore.
Every single who down in Whoville can fuck right off. This dog can drive.
The Grinch can hang, though.
Important here is a who cares. This dog can drive.
This dog can drive.
His final unreleased book.
Feels like an appropriate response. Okay, I'm out of here.
This is so far beyond the books you need to return now. You just lit a librarian on fire. Get back here.
Listen, in my eyes, you're already on fire.
Where'd you go?
Trying to butter you up
There
a
you
little
are.
bit.
Claire, where'd you go? Claire, she must have gone back up the stairs. Claire, Claire. Oh, I guess I'll go back upstairs. Wait a second. You get back here, little lady. Where'd she go? She must have gone back up the stairs. I must tend to my books. It's a good thing she's not Wait a second. Claire, return your books to the library. I need Where'd she go? Well, I guess I'll get back to the shelves and tend to my keeping of books. Wait a second! Get back here! You need to return your copy of 101 Magic 6 to do it. Where'd she go? Oh, dang it. Oh no, this is a game of mental ping pong. Am I having a panic attack? Claire, there you are! I found you! After searching for so long! I need that book!
Oh, okay.
Check out Penny Parker at Snap
Parking
Cube.
permit, and then
Great content.
Japan is an island by the sea filled with volcanoes, and it's beautiful.
Classic.
In the year -1 billion, Japan might not have been here. In the year -40,000, it was here, and you could walk to it, and some people walked to it.
Did I crop this
Then it
one
got
too
warmer,
close?
some icebergs melted, it became an island, and now there's lots of trees, because it's warmer. So now there's people on the island, they're basically sort of hanging out in between the
Oh, wow,
mountains,
I
eating
did,
nuts
huh?
off trees, and using
Oh,
the latest
wow, I
technology,
really did,
like
huh?
stones and bowls. Ding dong, it's the outside world, and they have technology from the future, like really good metal and crazy rice farms. Now you can make a lot of rice really, really quickly. That means if you own the farm, you own a lot of food, which is something everybody needs to survive. So that makes you king. Rice farming and rice kingdoms spread across the land, all the way to here. The most important kingdoms were here, 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 and here. But this one was the most important, ruled by a heavenly superperson, or emperor for short. Knock knock, get the door, it's religion. The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from Biekt. Please try this religion, he said. No, said everybody. Try it, he said. No, said everybody again, quieter this time. And so the religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it. Then the government was taken over by another clique, and they made some reforms, like making the government govern more, and making the government more like China's government, which is a government that governs more. Hi, China, they said. Hi, dipshit, said China. Can you call us something else other than dipshit, said Japan. Like what, said China. How about Sunrise Land, said Japan. And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book about themselves. And then they made lots of poetry and art and another book about themselves. Then they stopped moving the capital every time the emperor died and kept it in one place for a while, right here. And they conquered the north finally. Get that squared away. A rich hipster named Kukai is bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back, reinvents the alphabet, and causes art and literature to be great for a long time. And the royal palace turned into such a dream world of art that they really didn't give a shit about running the country. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from criminals? Hire a samurai. Everyone started hiring samurai. Rich, important people hired samurai. Poor people who could not afford to hire samurai did not hire samurai. The samurai became organized and powerful, more powerful than the government. So they made their own military government, here. They let the emperor still be emperor, but the shogun is actually in control. Breaking news, the Mongols have invaded China.
We've invaded China,
said the Mongols.
Please respect us, or else we might invade you as well.
Okay, said Japan. So the Mongols came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado. But they tried again, and had a nice time fighting with the Japanese, but then died in a tornado. Then the emperor overthrows the shogunate. Then the shogunate overthrows him back and moves to Kyoto and makes a new shogunate. And the emperor can still dress like an emperor if he wants, that's fine. Now there's more art. Like painting with less colors, collaborative poetry, plays, monkey fun, tea parties, gardening, architecture, flowers. It's time for who's going to be the next shogun. Usually it's the shogun's kid, but the shogun doesn't have a kid. So he tries to get his brother to quit being a monk and be the next shogun. He says okay, but then the shogun has a kid. So now who's it gonna be? Vote now on your phones. And everyone voted so hard that the palace caught on fire and burned down. The shogun actually didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry. And the whole country broke into pieces. Everyone is fighting with each other for local power, and it's anybody's game. Knock knock, it's Europe. No, they're not here to take over. They just want to sell some shit, like clocks, and guns, and Jesus. So that's cool, but everyone's still fighting each other for control, now with guns. And wouldn't it be nice to control the capital, which right now is puppets, with no one controlling
Wouldn't it be
them?
nice if there
This
was no
clan
delay
is
on
ready
this
to make a run
video?
for it, but first they have to trample this smaller clan, which is in the way. Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan steals the idea of invading the capital and invades the capital, and it goes very well. He's about halfway through conquering Japan when someone who works for him kills him, and then someone else who works for him kills them, and that guy finishes conquering Japan. And then he confiscated everybody's swords, and made some rules. And now I'm going to invade Korea, and then hopefully China, he said, and failed, and also died. But before he died, he told these 5 guys to take care of his 5-year-old son until he's old enough to be the next ruler of Japan. And the 5 guys said, yeah, right, it's not going to be this kid, it's going to be one of us, because we're grown-ups. And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others. A lot of people support him, but a lot of people support not supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins, and starts a new government, right here. And he still lets the emperor dress like an emperor, and have very nice things. But don't get confused, this is the new government, and they are very strict. So strict they closed the country. No one can leave, and no one can come in. Except for the Dutch, if they want to buy and sell shit, but they have to do it right here. Now that the entire country was not at war with itself, the population increased a lot. Business increased, schools were built, roads were built, everyone learned to read, books were published, there was poetry,
My first
plays,
thought was,
sexy
hey,
times,
that's
puppet
4
shows,
years
and
ago.
Dutch
No.
studies. People started to study European science from
almost
books they bought from
late.
the Dutch. We're talking geography,
February
skeletons,
2016.
physics,
It's almost
chemistry,
6 years
astronomy,
ago.
and maybe even electricity. Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down.
Oh.
Knock knock. It's the United States, with huge boats, with guns. Gunboats. Open the country. Stop having it be closed, said the United States. There was really nothing they could do, so they signed a contract that lets the United States, Britain, and Russia visit Japan anytime they want. Choshu and Satsuma hated this. That sucks, they said. This sucks. And with almost very little outside help, they overthrew the shogunate and somehow made the emperor again and moved him to Edo, which they renamed Eastern Capital. They made a new government, which was a lot more Western. They made a new constitution that was pretty Western, and a military that was pretty Western. And do you know what else is Western? That's right, it's conquering stuff. So what can we conquer? Korea. They conquer
Is this where
Korea,
that
taking
meme
it
came
from its
from?
previous owner,
Almost
China, and then
certainly.
go a little bit further.
This has
and
produced
Russia
so
rushes
many
in
memes.
out
Have
of
you never
nowhere and
seen
says,
this?
"Stop! No, you can't take that. We were gonna build a railroad through here to try to get some warm water." And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of soldiers. And then when the railroad was done, they downgraded to a fuck ton. Did I say downgrade? I meant upgrade. And Japan says, "Can you maybe chill?" And Russia says, "How about maybe you chill?"
I've seen it just when it
Japan's
first
kind of
came out.
scared of Russia. You'll never guess who's
Me
also
too.
kind of scared of Russia. Great Britain. So Japan and Great Britain make an
been so
alliance
long.
together so
Stop
they can
talking
be a
about
little
how
less
long it's
scared
been.
of Russia.
It makes me feel
Feeling confident,
existential.
Japan goes to war against Russia, just for a moment, and then they both get tired and stop. It's time for World War I.
Yay!
The world is about to have a war, because it's the 1900s and weapons are getting crazy, and all these empires are excited to try them out on each other. Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants more. And the next thing on their list is this part of China and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs to Germany, which just had war declared on it by Britain because Britain was friends with Belgium, which was being trespassed by Germany in order to get to France to kick France's ass because France is friends with Russia, who was getting ready to kick Austria's ass because Austria was getting ready to kick Serbia's ass because someone from Serbia shot the leader of Austria's ass. Or actually shot him in the head. And Britain is currently friends with Japan, so you know what that means. Duh, Japan should take the islands. Which they wanted to do anyway, so they called Britain on the telly to sort of let them know. And then they did it. And they also helped Britain a little here and there with some errands and stuff. Now the war is over, and congratulations, Japan, you technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at the negotiating table with the big dudes, where they decided who owns what. And yes, Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from Germany. You also get to join the post-war mega alliance, the League of Nations, whose mission statement is to try not to take over the world. The Great Depression is bad, and Japan's economy is now crappy, but the military is doing just fine, and it invades Manchuria. In the League of Nations, it's like, no, don't do that. If you're in the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world. And Japan said, how about I do anyway? And Japan invaded more and more and more and more of China, and was planning to invade the entire East.
You've got mail.
It's from Germany, the new leader of Germany. He has a cool mustache, and he's trying to take over the world and needs friends. This also got forwarded to Italy. They all decided to be friends because they had so much in common. It's time for World War II. Germany is invading the neighbors. Then they invade the neighbors' neighbors. Then the neighbors' neighbors' neighbors, who happened to be Britain, said, holy shit. And the United States started helping Britain because they are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading the entire ocean. The United States is also working on a large, very huge bomb, bigger than any other bomb, ever, just in case. But they still haven't joined the war. War looks bad on TV, and the United States is really starting to care about their image. But then Japan spits on them in Hawaii and challenges them to war. And they say yes. And then Germany, as a symbol of friendship, declares war on the United States also. So the United States goes to war in Europe, and they help the gang chase Germany back into Germany. And they also start chasing Japan back into Japan. And they haven't used the bomb yet and are curious to see if it works, so they drop it on Japan. They actually drop 2. The United States installed a new government, inspired by the United States government, with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic miracle. And Japan starts making TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the economy goes wild, and then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess. Bye!
Bye. Oh, my voice. Oh. This is Street Cat Rescue.
One
Little
of our
bear.
neighbors found this cat on their porch. He kept trying to sneak his way inside. He had this heavy chain around his neck. They named him Little Bear.
I love this channel.
Excited?
It's so nice.
Do you already know where you're headed?
No. Little paws.
He's trying to give me some biscuits. Man, he knows.
Oh.
You can't help but wonder why such an amazing cat would be abandoned. A lot of the cats that we find outside have just recently reached maturity. For example, Little Bear is only 12 months old. And adult male cats that have not been neutered have a very strong smelling urine. This is a big reason why many cats are abandoned. So if every city had free or low-cost spay-neuter programs available, then you would see a lot fewer cats on the street. His full name was Marching Little Bear, because he never stopped making biscuits, even when sitting up.
Oh, he making biscuits. Oh.
After a few days of rest, he was ready to show us his hunting skills.
Oh, look at him go. Going crazy. This is where I get all my cat content from.
Even though they may sleep most of the day, cats still need exercise and environmental stimulation as part of their daily routine.
I like that. I would love to eventually keep a cat, but I am mildly allergic, so it's not great for me. So I watch cat videos and look at other people's cats. Sometimes I call them dogs.
Younger cats have a very high energy drive. It's important to spend time playing with them each day. And ideally, young cats should go to a home with another feline companion, so they have someone to play with when you're at work or asleep.
Oh, he making biscuits.
But even more than playtime, his favorite activity was napping with people. We brought a pillow into the room and he recognized it immediately. I noticed that what many stray or abandoned cats miss the most is just a caring touch, a scritch where they can't reach, the warmth and safety of a lap. Rescued cats seem to be aware of their journey and grateful to be loved once again. After he was neutered and vaccinated, it didn't take long to find a perfect family for Little Bear. Since he needs lots of love and attention, we made sure that his new dads would have plenty of time to spend with him each day.
Oh.
It's an honor to be part of his journey. But not every cat is this lucky. To fix this problem, we need large animal welfare organizations working closely with state and local governments to prioritize funding for affordable and accessible spay-neuter programs everywhere, so fewer cats like Little Bear end up being abandoned in the first place. Right now in Brooklyn, there are 0 high-volume, stationary spay-neuter clinics available to the public. Let's change that.
Yay. Who's next? Who's next? Oh, polar bear mascot keeps slipping on ice.
Socks. I wore the wrong socks. I did get to ride a bear once. Have you, wait, which one was? Oh yeah. I was like,
You love this video? Me too. I love the fucking noise the polar bear makes when it falls.
tried the hot dogs here? It's like,
Just goes
you should go home for the rest of the day.
He's not going to be much use to us, I don't think.
Needless to say, I didn't get my deposit back. Needless to say, I didn't get my deposit back. I've never been kissed by a gopher before.
I've never been kissed by a gopher before either. Is there a gopher VTuber out there? Just smooch me?
And Wiper Mitsubishi is a proud sponsor of Golden Gopher Hockey.
Are you okay? Because that's...
Who's next? Who's next? A tour of my plans by Jenna Marbles.
Warning, this video is only for 32-year-old ladies.
Oh.
Men and non-binary friends that
We can watch this.
boring domestic things. Sometimes it's not for me to understand why you guys want to see something. It's just my job to do it, I guess.
Oh, she's
it's been
quiet,
highly
though.
requested for me to do a plant tour because I don't know what happened. A switch went off in my brain and all of a sudden I just got really obsessed with plants. I love them. Disclaimer, this isn't gonna be a very entertaining video. I don't know why you guys have requested to see my
I love
plants.
this video. It's
I
one of my
like
comfort
watching these
videos.
videos on YouTube, but it's not something I thought my audience would enjoy, but it seems like you're interested. Also because I got accused of running a rainforest cafe at my house. Can a lady just not have some plants? I'm a complete beginner. I don't have a ton of knowledge, but I will tell you what I know or what I've been doing, and everything is a process. There's different light during different times of the year. If you have like a north or south facing window, which most of our windows are, you sort of have to play around and move them if they need more light. So everything is a work in progress. Some plants are just like in places so I can see how they're gonna do or if they could live there, and I might move them. I'm just gonna show you. So here we go. We'll start in here. So most of the plants I got from local nurseries, some from like Home Depot and or Lowe's.
This is also
that
one of the
kind
longer
thing.
videos
And
in
then
this
some
playlist.
I ordered online, which is where the real problem
It's like
comes
half an
in,
hour.
because you can have
So
plants
settle in.
delivered to you, and that's the problem because you can get whatever you want. Let's start with this little guy. This is a Hoya compacta variegata. He's variegated. He's got these white little lines on him. He's absolutely stunning. I bought him as this little plug, so
You have a few
know,
plants and you
in
just try
about
to lay
30
there, never
years,
told
he'll be a
us you're
full
bad at
plant.
plants. Me too.
So this
I'm
I got at
really
World
bad
Market.
at
It's a
consistently
little
taking care of
propagation
plants.
station. Little cuttings of a couple of my plants
Last
in here, and
year?
they're growing
No, the
roots.
year before
so
that,
this
just after I
is
moved.
a problem for people
I
like
got
me,
really
because
into
now you can
plants, so I
turn
went
one of your
out
plants into,
and
like,
bought a bunch from private sellers. Like, just, what's it called?
In a couple of my videos, when you
New
see
variegations?
a bunch of plants
Like
right
the
here,
little
this
baby
has sort
ones,
of
right?
been
Because I didn't want to
little
spend a
bit of
ton of
nursery,
money.
if you will. So
And
I keep putting plants here and moving them out
mostly
because
planted
when
them
I get
just
a
in
plant, I wanna make
cans
sure
that
they
I
get
had
enough
like
light, you know, right
hammered
to
holes into
adjust.
the bottom
so
of.
not all these plants are gonna stay here. But I like the
all
light
of
that
them
they get
died
here.
but
So
one.
that's why you've seen a
And,
lot of different plants here, and it
it's
seems really
grown
overwhelming.
quite
but
a
I promise
bit.
you it's not. This
I
plant
have yet
got
to repot
not too
it.
long ago,
I'm
but
fairly
that's
certain it's
still
regrown
here
its
because
pot,
still
but I don't
want
have
him
any
to
pots
adjust.
because
I also potted
after all
him
my
in a
other
full
plants
ceramic
died, I
pot.
tossed all my
And I'll show
cans,
you
and
a
I don't have
couple
any
of the
cans
Hoyas
to
that I
plant
potted before
plants in.
terracotta pots.
I have a
I guess
spider
there's the
lily,
big thing,
which
whether or
spider
not
lily,
you should
spider plant. I don't know.
plants
That one's
in
doing
terracotta
great,
pots
even
because
though I
the
forget to
roots
water
might
it all the
grab onto
time.
the porous clay,
And
then you could rip
I
them off
had a
by
little
accident, you
cactus
gotta
plant
repot
from
them.
IKEA
I
for
don't
a
know, so
while,
I've
but then I
planted
forgot
this
to
one in the
water it
ceramic ones, but
for
some of
like a
them
month
are
and it
planted in
died.
terracotta pots, but don't come for me, okay? I'm learning. Hoyas are like one of my favorite.
I'm really
plants,
bad
as
at
you'll see as
remembering
we move
to
into
water
the
my
other
plants.
room, because they have
I'm
these
just gonna
thick
give my
waxy
spider lily a
leaves.
sip
They're
of my
just
water right
cool.
now.
They flower sometimes if you give them the right conditions, and their blooms are like spectacular. None of mine are in bloom. In case you wanted to see one, you're just gonna
There.
have to Google it.
She's
And they're
watered.
really tolerant of dry air, which is what we have here in Southern California, so they're a good plant. Although some of them need more humidity. It's a different situation upstairs. This plant I got on Etsy, which is also, unfortunately, another dangerous place to find plants that you like. He is a whale-fin sansevieria, but he's basically just this one
Yeah,
big
Zippy
leaf.
for my
He's
plant.
amazing. Look at him. His name is Whale, and when I ordered him on Etsy, they shipped him to me bare roots, which means his roots are just wrapped in like plastic, so I had to pot him
wow.
immediately as soon as I got him.
Yeah, all
He's
of my
doing
plants
okay,
that are still
but that's
alive
why
are
he's
plants
here
that are
in my
fine
little
not being
nursery
watered
area.
for a
We have
month.
nice sheer curtain. This is a south-facing
Which is to say
window.
two.
He gets lots
Two
of
of
good
them.
light while he adjusts, and I find a good spot for him. This is a beautiful Chinese perfume plant that I got from Logi's, which is the most dangerous
I also
website
have,
for
I
me.
only
It's
have
very
north side
existent.
windows,
don't
so
know
I
if you
don't
live
get a
in
lot of
other
natural
countries,
light
maybe. There's
in
other
my
places you can
apartment,
buy plants,
which
but
is another
here in the
reason I
US,
can't have a lot of
Logi's is
plants.
a very dangerous website for me because
Which
they
is
have
very
things
sad.
I had never heard of. This plant, however, is very easy to take care of. He needs almost nothing, and he actually flowers these beautiful little yellow buds, and they smell amazing. They smell like perfume, and some of them are dying off here, but he's got some new ones. He's growing. He's great. This is his nursery pot, and typically I won't pot a plant unless it absolutely needs to. They don't need this, but I like doing this an awful lot. Let's move over here to this beautiful ruby rubber plants. I think that rubber plants are one of the most underrated house plants that there are. They are so lovely and amazing. So there's several different varieties of rubber plants. I have this one and then a different one upstairs, but in their natural environment, they can grow very, very tall because they're a tree, and it's actually where rubber comes from. But in a house, you can pinch off their top leaves when they get pretty tall, and then they'll stop growing upwards, and you can have them just be this amazing tree in your house. Like, who doesn't want a tree in their house? I want a tree in my house.
I want a
It
tree
has
in my
this
house.
Amazing variegation and pink and red. They're chill, and I feel like people don't rave about their rubber plants enough. What an amazing plant. Some of my plants have names, others of them don't. Extreme named some of my plants, and I named some of them. Julian named some. This one is named Ninki Minjaj. It's named after a vine.
Let's go to the beach.
Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha is a beautiful bird of paradise, which can live in Southern California. So my plan B is in many, many years, if this gets far too large, we can always put her in a pot and she can live outside. But I'm hoping she gets big and beautiful. I got the white version because the leaves actually grow bigger and flatter and more open, which is why I bought it. I didn't buy it because I particularly thought it was gonna flower inside. It needs a lot more sun, I think. But I bought it because the leaves are so thick and beautiful and I want it to be this big Miss Keisha in the corner. You know what I'm saying? So she's actually 3 plants. She's doing very well. They like to be root bound in there, and I'm not going to try and repot her until she's busting out of this one. And I really don't want her to be fucking dead. Oh my fucking gosh, she fucking dead. This is Gilly. Gilly is a Monstera deliciosa, and when I got this plant,
I looked
got this
up
at
what my
Lowe's,
one
and
plant
somebody
that
had
still
done
alive
this plant
that
so
isn't my
fucking dirty.
spider lily
So
is
it was
called.
potted in a ceramic
There are
glazed
conflicting
pot, and the
arguments
drainage hole was,
online.
like,
I've
teeny
seen
tiny,
penny
really
tree
bad.
and money
So I brought it
tree,
home,
but
and
I
was,
think a
like,
money
trying to
tree
let
is
it dry
something
out
else. The
for
scientific
2 weeks, and it was
genus
wet,
is
which means it's gonna
Crassula.
drown, it's gonna get
It's
root
like
rot, so we
a
had
nice
to do a little
meaty
rescue
plant.
mission
I
to
like
get
it.
him out of there. So
Also,
that's
you
why
can
some
forget
of
to
his
water it
leaves
for a month
aren't
and it's
doing
still
so
alive.
well,
So.
but since we repotted him in here, he's doing much better. I love this plant. And he put up with the abuse that someone had put him through, so, you know, he really here to stay. This is Bjork, one of the most amazing
Meaty.
artists
Yeah, like a
of our
succulent, you know?
generation. But
They have
Bjork
meaty
has
leaves.
I think
I
this
don't
is
know what
called
else to tell you.
edema,
Those
which
leaves be
means
meaty.
The roots are taking in too much water than the leaves can handle, and then some of the cells in the leaf like sort of explode a little. In my experience with these other leaves, this has gone away, but it has to do with like incongruent watering. And the first time that I read that, I was like, I'm a Virgo, and if you fucking think I'm incongruent, then I don't know who you think you're talking to. So I think that this is temporary. At least this has happened on some of the other leaves before, but this is Bjork. She's a fiddle leaf fig. She is just so incredible. The advice that I read online was that these can sometimes be really tricky plants to deal with light and water, and they're really just kind of diva-y. This is some diva behavior right here. Oh my God, you fed me too fast. This is too much water too fast. Oh, I don't like it. And if you buy them when they're pretty big, obviously they can be very expensive. So a lot of
Plants are
people
so
online
fucking
have said,
expensive.
try spending a lot less money. Like I think I paid $19 for her at this size. And if you're doing okay, then you'll have a tree someday, but don't go out and spend a ton of money on a big tree because they're kind of fickle. But she's doing really well, and she's literally putting out 3 new leaves all at once. So maybe it's a you problem and not a me, because I don't know why you're doing all this red spots on your leaves, but maybe chill out with making leaves. Maybe make one at a time. Welcome to the Hoya section. I'd say they're probably my favorite houseplant. So I, of course, need one of as many as I can find. There's hundreds and hundreds of varieties of Hoyas. They all could, in theory, bloom. I imagine, with my luck, none of them ever will. But I love them for their foliage. I think that they just are so beautiful and different. I love how thick their almost succulent-like leaves are. They're just amazing. So here's an example of one that I potted in a terracotta pot, so please don't come for me. I'm aware. I'm still considering whether or not I'd like to plant them in ceramic pots. This is a Hoya carnosa crimson princess. So that means the variegation comes from the inside, whereas opposed to this one, which is a Hoya carnosa queen, the variegation starts like this, like these white leaves. Look at how amazing. And then they slowly goes to the outside. You're just so beautiful. And these like long sticks at the end here, that's where the flowers will come from. So you never want to cut those off, which this one I'll show you. When I got this plant, first of all, it was mislabeled as a Hoya caryi, which is a plant that grows in the shape of a heart. And I don't know if you have eyes or
Found
anything,
it.
but like this is not a Hoya caryi.
This one.
And I went on Instagram and I figured out
That's
that this
mine,
is called
but mine's a
Hoya
baby.
Crinkle 8 because it has these little 8
I never
crinkles on the
repotted
inside.
it,
And
and
somebody
pot
did
that
this
is very
plant hella
small.
dirty because all of these
Look at those
spots
meaty
right
leaves.
here is where
Anyways.
probably the long woody stick parts where the flowers would come from have all been cut off. Like someone just went in here and cut them all off. Somebody castrated
You like it?
I'm so sorry. And so since then he
That's a
started
nice plant.
referring
Yeah, it's
himself
me.
here with some new growth.
I highly recommend it for people who have bad luck with plants. Doesn't need a lot of water. Doesn't need a lot of sun. You You just put it somewhere and it grows.
Interrupt this plant tour
And
for a
if it
dog
needs
fight.
watering,
This
its
is
leaves
a
get
Hoya
flabby.
obovata. He's beautiful. He just put out this little.
I've kept
tiny
mine
leaf.
alive
He's
for
amazing.
over
I
a
love
year.
him. And
So,
speaking of
you know.
special leaves, this is the Hoya Mathilde, I think. Also got this from Logi's. Just the cutest little guy. You're so cute. How can you be that cute? This is a Hoya Curtsii, just teeny tiny little leaves. He's so cute and droopy. He's still in his nursery pot. And then this is a Hoya Fitchii. The stream named one of these plants Vine too, but I don't remember which one. Whatever. One of these plants' name is Vine too. Thank you, stream. This one has like a little thinner of leaves, and he's just so, I love you. You're so beautiful. I can see your veins. You're amazing. The stream named this, I think this is a Hoya bilobata, but I'm not sure. That's what it was labeled as. It could just be a Hoya carnosa. Stream named her La Hoya Jackson. Thank you for that. They get good light, but I'm always sort of moving them around depending if they need more or less light or whatever. So let's move over here, shall we? So I have 3 pothos on here. I have a neon pothos, a scindapsus or a satin pothos, and
Plants are so
pothos
fucking beautiful.
Enjoy, I think it's called.
Like,
I got
she
these
has
at
the exact same
different
taste in plants
places.
as I do,
repotted
except
them,
maybe
so some of
I
them
tend a
didn't
bit
really
more
enjoy
towards
it, so they had
succulents
some
because I
brown
like
that I had
meaty
to snip
plants.
off. But they're all doing very
But
well
like the
now. They're
Hoyas,
pretty chill,
oh,
pretty easy.
beautiful.
This is a philodendron micans,
I would love
which
to have
is
them on
what I
Stera,
have
but those
propagating
bastards
on the
are
kitchen table.
tricky
He is
and
just,
expensive.
like, velvety and green and amazing, and I love him. Hoping to maybe plant some of those back in here so I can have a fuller micans, but he was a very, very tiny guy when I got him, and he's doing so well, and I just think he's so beautiful and velvety. Oh my god. This right here is an Alocasia frydek, which absolutely took my breath away the first time that I saw it. This plant has no business being in my home. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at him. He is the only Alocasia that I have. I know typically they like higher humidity, but he's okay without it, I guess, so I've read. But he's not doing particularly well, I would say. I think this is normal. This is a dead leaf. I know they can go into their tubers or sort of go dormant, so he hasn't gone dormant, but he's also not putting out a leaf right now, but I think he's okay. I think he's chilling. But he was upstairs for a little bit in the higher humidity, and I think he was getting too much sun up there, so I moved him down here. But every day I wake up and I just talk Julian's ear off about what plants I'm moving where, and wow, I'm concerned for this one, and he gets really fucking annoyed with me. So I love you, Julian. These are some varying succulents that I just got at the grocery store, except that one, that was a gift from some students to Julian. I don't know why any of these succulents.
Oh yeah, I got
are
a succulent
I don't
as a
water
gift
them,
from a
I
friend.
don't touch them. They don't
When she
really
heard
get a
that
ton
I
of stuff.
killed my coffee plant,
Over
she was
here,
like, "This
we
one is
have my little
unkillable.
buddy
I dropped it
Rex.
from a
He's
balcony
snake
once and
plant.
it's
He's
fine."
one of
so.
many snake plants that live here because they are so chill and need nothing. He's still in his nursery pot. His name is Rex. This is Vin Diesel. He is a ZZ plant.
Vin
He is
Diesel.
also in his nursery pot. This, I would say, if you are like brand new, like I was, and you don't know what to get or what would be happy in your house, get a ZZ plant. They need nothing from you, and they just give you so much love. Like, he's just sitting on this random table pretty far away from the sunlight and just having a great time. Took me a minute to appreciate just what a special, lovely, wonderful plant he is, because it's sort of like a common low light house plant. But
I
like,
wish someone
he
would talk
shows you
about
so
me the
much
way Jenna
love. I
Marbles
don't know
talks
what I
about her
did to
plants.
deserve all of this growth and love from him, but he's just like shiny and glossy and lovely. If you come over this way, you'll see all the dishes I haven't done. This is he's a coral cactus, but this is like the one thing that saved my life. Every morning I wake up, have my coffee, and I walk around. It's like a nice little meditative experience. I just go around and I check all their soil. And you get down to where their roots are. I mean, he's a cactus, so he's chill, but for all the plants, when it says dry, basically like real dry, then I give them a drink. But other than that, I just leave them alone, unless it's like a peace lily or something that likes to be moist. But let's go outside. Stream named this one Coachella. This is Coachella. Coachella is a ponytail palm. He likes full sun. He needs to get watered almost never because he stores all his water in that big tree trunk of his. He's also known as like an elephant's foot. This is an apuntia or a prickly pear. Amazing. Can't even
Oh my
believe
God,
it.
look
What
at that
are you?
leaf.
You're the best plant ever. He's just spectacular. I love him. Don't touch him though or else he'll prick you. He pricked me earlier. This right here is a string of pearls.
wonder if I could have a
I
prickly pear.
originally tried to keep this plant
look it up.
indoors, but then I found out that he liked it outside better. And he's just been putting out these little flowers and just like having a great time. So I left him out here because he's just happier and I want you to be happy. This is Julian's only plant. Julian saw this and loved this. This is a burro's tail or a donkey tail succulent. What did you name this one?
Burro.
You named it Burro.
His name is Burro.
But yeah, these plants live out here. They're both in their nursery pots, and I think they look nice, and I have no intention of repotting them until they needed it. So like in terms of outdoor plants, I don't have a ton of like flowers or that kind of thing because I don't know a ton yet, but I'm excited for the spring to start learning about that kind of thing because it's something I used to do when I was little with my mom. I just don't know anything yet. I've only learned about indoor plants, as you can see. But I'm looking forward to that. Aren't you, Julian?
Yeah.
Outside plants. Let's move into the
You have one
dining
like
room,
these, not
which
sure
is
exact
where my
variety.
too
I
much
love plants
genes
like those,
really
like the
showing
hanging
off,
plants.
right?
That was one of the ones I bought
This
that ended
is
up dying. I bought a baby
north-facing
string of
window,
hearts
and there's,
because
like,
it
a
was so
porch over
pretty,
it, so it's
and then it
really
died.
dark in here. And before we put all this stuff in here, it just felt like really sterile, and we don't do a lot of formal dining. I don't know about you, but I wanted to make this room like something a little more fun and like nice and chill, like a place where you'd want to be. I thought, what better way to do that than with a bunch of plants? If it feels like a jungle, then you probably want to hang out in it. Or is that just me? Where Julian's standing right now, I have tried many plants.
I don't think I could
no
keep
light that can reach here.
a prickly pear. It is
Nothing. This
it needs
is the,
sun,
the location
and I
of
don't
the
get
only
that.
plant that I have ever killed. It was a
That's
golden
so fucking sad.
pothos. It just withered away and died. So what we did in this corner is I threw a chair in the corner, and then you have the plants around it so they can get just enough light to survive, but the corner is filled with something. It doesn't feel so sterile.
I'm gonna
and
have to
cold in
remember
here,
to
so we got
turn
another
the
chair to sit in that
the
corner
audio
as well.
capture
But
way
have
down
made
again because
many
I've turned it
adjustments
way
and
up
many
for Jenna,
oopsies in
and
this
she's
room.
still
The
really
first of
quiet.
which was those big planters. There's a couple of them. They're actually outdoor planters. I had put all of these snake plants in because I was like, they'll be fine. They're snake plants. They are indestructible. You can do anything. They can live in low light. They can just be wherever. The only thing they can't have is a lot of water at their roots, and they'll get root rot. So they started to just be a little too moist. So I rescue missioned all of these snake plants out of them, and they're doing so much better now. And they're in terracotta pots, so it will wick the moisture away from their roots, and they won't sit in those. But that's also why I was like, what's a plant that just likes to be wet as hell? A peace
She's like
lily.
talking about
A
humidity
lot
and
of
what
these
kind of
plants,
pot to
if they're
use.
not doing well in a
I don't
certain
even think about that
situation,
when
you
I
can move them in other
do
places.
plants.
So
I just
peace
put
lilies
water
might
on
not stay
them
there.
and pray for
Anything
the
might not stay
best.
anywhere. We'll just see how they do. But all of these plants have been here for a while now, and they're all doing really well, which is surprising because it's fucking dark as hell in here. So we have a couple of different varieties of snake plant. This one's a moonshine. He is so cool. Here's another ZZ plant because I just couldn't believe the love the first one gave me, so I got a second one. This one, and this one are all variations of a Chinese evergreen. This is a marble queen pothos. This is I think he's just a Sansevieria cylindrica, but they call this certain variety a mohawk. Don't tell anyone, but I think someone mispriced him at the store, so I actually got him for so like dirt cheap. This is a small Sansevieria cylindrica. This is a small golden pothos. I also left him in his hanging container because I wasn't quite sure if I wanted him
almost
to
got a
be here, or
pothos
if I wanted
once.
to hang him somewhere in the future. This is like the low light special room. All these plants are like, I'm cool with low light. Snake plant, snake plant. This is a variegated snake plant. This is a
Oh, welcome, King
philodendron
Ghost.
Brazil. They have this
Welcome,
like, really
welcome.
pretty lemon
Hope your day has
lime
been
color
fine.
going. This is a Sansevieria
We're just
lacani.
watching
Amazing. He's
videos
green.
and
I have a
hanging
bunch of
out,
other
talking
ones
about
upstairs,
plants.
different kinds. This is a Peperomia ginny, which I wasn't too keen on. Like I know there are people that love certain types of houseplants. Like I love
Planting?
Hoyas, as you
Yeah.
can tell. There are people that are obsessed with Peperomias, and I'm just not super obsessed with them. But I saw that this was labeled as a super low light plant, and I was like, no way, that's not right. He's been pushing out so much new growth. He's been sitting right here, only getting like a little sunlight and just chilling. So the outsides of his pink leaves are just so beautiful, and I can't believe that he's doing so well there. He's like a variegated peace lily. There's another one outside that's a different type, but he is also doing okay in a self-watering planter because he just likes to be wet and moist, and he's just chilling. And this is a pothos on
You planted some
like a
peppers?
trellis.
Oh,
We
that's
are
so
moving
cool.
to my pride and joy, my favorite, most amazing, beautiful love of my life. He doesn't have a name. We should really give him a name because he is just the
I wish I
best
could do
thing in the
gardening.
world. He's a
I don't
Kentia
have
palm, and
a
usually
garden,
they're
though.
okay in medium to low light. So this is a really big experiment. I got him from a nursery because he was a special order for someone else, and then they just canceled their order, and I was like, give me that palm beach. I struggle a little bit with understanding when he's dry because he's potted in like lava rock. He has some fronds back here that are browning, but they're old fronds, so I'm hoping it's just part of his natural process. But this is the plant that I freak out about constantly because I love him, but I know that a lot of people struggle with palms because they're very tropical. They like humidity. It's dry here, you know, so I'm just like hoping and praying that I keep this plant alive.
Yeah, I would
so
if I had like, you
They're
know,
only grown from seed.
available soil space to do it, but I don't. I live in a small city apartment.
By mistreating him. I worry about him constantly.
Fruits have seeds and
Over
vegetables
here,
don't.
put 3 peace lilies in here, and they do get some slight. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is kind of a project, an experiment.
First of
but
all,
I
what
can't
makes up a
always sort of
vegetable
move
is
them around
fake.
to somewhere else.
The definition
So
of
over here
vegetable is fake.
the peace lily.
Pumpkin
that
is
was
just
in
a
that
fruit,
corner.
lettuce
This
is just a
is a
leaf,
Red
broccoli
Riding
is just a
Hood
flower,
aloe, I think is
you
what it's
know.
called. He got scorched
And
'cause we
obviously
had
the
him
salads
somewhere
don't
with too much
have
sun, but I think
seeds
he's on
because
the
they're
road to
leaves,
recovery, but he's
but
very cool. I like him, and then I have
there's a
another
part of
larger
that
aloe plant, which also
plant
we had
that will
somewhere
have a
else,
fruit
and he
that
just
will
got
have a
little too
seed.
much sun, but
Fruits
look at
by
that.
definition
He's
have seeds.
recovered
I'm sorry.
so nicely.
I'm sorry.
Move upstairs.
I studied this.
Welcome to
I
our
can't shut up.
bedroom. Julie has been very patient with me because I decided and asked very nicely if we could make this a room for some of my plants that need high humidity. Thank you.
Okay.
We did get some humidifiers in here, and I framed that to Julian. Was like, yeah, but it's gonna help us sleep
Your brain right
better
now.
because it's so
Yeah.
dry here.
Learning that vegetables are a lie is rough the first time. I'm sorry.
So I keep this room.
Carrot is
with
just
the
a
door
root.
shut so you guys aren't scratching at it, trying to come in and out at about 50% humidity, which isn't even super high or anything. I know people blast their humidity, but that's like the bare minimum for a lot of the plants that like it. And there's only like really a couple in here that actually need it. Some of the Hoyas, if I wanted them to grow more, you could bring them up here. They'll do better in the humidity. Like all plants tend to do a little better with more humidity. But first of which is this amazing Begonia maculata whitey eye. When I saw this plant, this is one of those plants I was like, I will do anything you want. What do you want? I will do anything for you. Look at the backs of your leaves are red and the fronts of your leaves are green, and you just come out with these spots like, oh my God.
Every
and
time
then
your
to
mom
top
bought
it all
potatoes,
off,
you would always shape
in
them
the
as fries so
spring
you
and
can eat it.
summer, this plant
Fair.
puts out
Personally, I
flowers.
can devour a potato in any shape.
Kidding me.
That's because they're a very easy meal and
This
filling.
plant needs at least 50% humidity, so that's why he's in here. And
That's
it's
also a
just been
beautiful
growing like
plant.
crazy. It's just been doing so well. I
God.
thought this was going to be a little
plant is
trickier
beautiful.
of a plant. Sometimes I get intimidated.
Thank you for the
by
bonk.
plants that look really exciting, so I'm like, I can't have that. It's gonna die. You know, I'm gonna fuck it up somehow. But I haven't. I'm just astonished. I've had really great luck with this plant, and there are a little bit of the crispy ends of the leaves from when the door gets left open on occasion, but for the most part, just like really spectacular. This is my only other peperomia, Pilea peperomoides, I think.
Oh,
is
look
what
at
it's called. They weren't like common household pests, like scale or mealybugs or anything. It were like it was like a little couple of
I almost got one of
caterpillars
these
living
too.
on this soil. So a couple of these leaves got munched, but I have since removed the caterpillars. But it was really funny. I was like, what is eating you? What is eating you? I don't see anything. He's so cool. Like, he's just so super cute. His name is Pod. I have a
I
couple
bought
of these
lettuce
throughout
from
the
the
house just
Chinese
to
grocer
know,
once.
like, what the
Twice
humidity
actually,
is.
and
Like, if there's a plant
both times there were
downstairs that gets
caterpillars on
really
it.
dry,
But
I might bring 'em up
I'm
here.
chill
This is
about
a
that stuff, so I
Monstera
just
Adansonii.
took
He's
out the
same
caterpillars
type of plant as the Monstera
and like
downstairs, but he grows in
took
this
off those
beautiful
leaves and then rinsed the
vine
rest.
with these leaves. Also
One of the
has, like,
caterpillars that
cheese
survived, I
vine.
put him in a
This is
jar
one of
and
the
named him
plants that
Killua because
enjoys
I
a
was
little
watching
bit of
Hunter x Hunter
humidity.
that
Very
time.
tropical plant, but just like
And
beautiful, amazing. I love
you
him.
know,
This
I put a
is
leaf in
Poco
there,
Roberto.
stick,
That is
let him
Roberto.
do his thing, and then he
So
pupate
Roberto
it
is
and
a rubber
like
tree,
put himself in a
just like the
cocoon,
one
and I got
downstairs,
so
but he is
excited.
I forget what you call this, burgundy. He just has
And
these like really
eventually
very dark
the
green
cocoon
leaves that
hatched,
sometimes look black.
and
Honestly, what the hell
a
is
wasp
going on?
came out.
He's grown so much, and I
That
just can't get
traumatized
enough of
me.
him.
The
He
fucking
is
wasp
so
ate him from the
stunning and
inside.
beautiful and just the coolest. And I also sometimes
Caterpillars
like
are
to take
itchy,
him
not
into
all
the
of them,
shower
but
with
yeah.
me so we can shower together.
Wasp, yeah.
Poco
No, that
Roberto
traumatized me.
is
I
a
was
smaller version of
so
Roberto
excited
because
for
I
my
love
boy
the rubber
Killua
trees so much. I have
to
3
come
of
out
them
of his
this
shell.
way. We got another couple of Hoyas up here. This
And
is a Hoya
it turns out he got
lacrimosa,
eaten
or
by a parasitic
cinnamon
wasp.
scented
And then the wasp
Hoya.
hatched.
So someday, if this plant ever bloomed
Horrible.
or flowered, those blooms tend to smell like cinnamon, although I've heard lots of Hoyas, they all have different color blooms, different looking blooms, and some of them smell like ramen noodles or chocolate or anything in between. This is the unvariegated version of the Hoya compacta.
Oh my god, that's
just
cute.
a regular
Look at that
one,
plant.
just green. But as you can see, he grows pretty slow, so it would take many, many, many years for me
You
to
found
get
a beetle
one
in
of
your
those
family's
plants that
plant
have
maze
the
a couple
big,
of weeks
long,
ago. I
like,
love
octopus
beetles. Favorite type of
tentacles, which I
insect.
think are so cool. This right here is my one
Biggest
and
group of
only
insects also.
oxalis. Oxalis
Sorry.
are like a false
It looks like
shamrock
tortellini.
plant.
It
They're
does!
super cool. This kind grows like a fucking tiny little tree. Like, are you kidding
I'm just
me?
sharing
Insane.
facts
He
left and
also
right
had
here.
one little yellow flower.
It took him until
which
now
has
it's still in the
since
jar.
gone. This is the Oxalis
nice,
rubra,
depending on what kind of
which is,
beetle.
I guess one of the harder.
It's probably the time of year where
oxalises to care for because they
it starts to
need
get
a
cold
lot of
and the
sun.
beetles
Right
be like,
here, he tends to get a lot of sun.
take me
They actually
in.
took a time lapse
I'm
because they,
cold.
like, open their little
Well,
leaves with the sun. They're so cool.
that
Over
is
here,
just
I
how
have
insects are.
varying types
Magnificent
of snake
specimen.
plants because
Indeed.
If there's a
So
spot
true.
that I haven't had good luck with plants in the past, like I've tried to have some pothos up here and
I kept
don't think they
isopods
get
for a
enough light.
while.
I'm like, all right, let's put a
Like
snake out there.
actually
There's a snake plant,
ordered
we'll
them
appreciate
from
it.
an
This is
insect
a
seller
starfish,
online.
Another
They were
couple
special
Hani,
isopods,
Sansevieria
like a special
japonica,
morph.
6 braid.
So beautiful.
The bathroom. So this
they did
over
pass
here,
away
this is my only
due to the low
Dracaena.
humidity
He is
in my
a
apartment.
Dracaena warneckii, and he's just really cute. He needs almost nothing from me. This is a curly spider plant.
God, look at
which
the
I
curly
didn't know
spider plant.
existed. I've only ever seen the straight variety. They're very straight. He's already putting out a little baby right there. He's got these curly little leaves. Oh. What the hell? This is our actual bathroom, which one time when Julian was out of town, I just started doing things like this to it. Thank you for letting me do it, Julian. This is another marble pothos and just the regular green pothos.
I love hanging plants.
This one's name is Rallyweed.
Hanging plants
Thank you,
is so
Stream, for naming
beautiful.
Rallyweed,
Truly.
Rallyweed. And this is another satin pothos up here. And this is a lipstick plant, my only lipstick plant. As you can see, I have smashed his plastic hanger in here because I wanted to see how he's gonna do. But so far, pretty amazing because right now, this might not seem like a lot of light, but in
Use
the
your
morning,
secret entrance going through the
beautiful,
plants
amazing,
because your
lovely
family's
light.
plant
That
maze is
must
so
be enough for all
confusing.
of them to continue being happy.
That
because
sounds rough.
just keep getting more and more growth out of them.
I like peeing and pooping in here.
Was it really that unbearable that I wasn't paying attention to you for as long as that was? So those are my plants. I hope that you found this interesting. I know there's a lot of plant lovers out there. I know it's always cool to see other people's plants and what they enjoy having. If you want some good plant advice, there's tons of channels on YouTube. Like most of what I've learned is from YouTube, like Plantarina, Kaylee
Really
Allen,
like
I
the
love,
tilted white shelf
Hilton
hanging
Carter from
plants. Me
Apartment
too.
Therapy, I love watching.
That was
Betsy
so
Begonia
nice.
is really
Getting
fun.
furniture
It's
as an
just,
adult
like,
is
such a
hard.
fun,
Furniture costs
rewarding
like
thing.
money.
This will obviously always continue to change as the seasons change, as the light changes.
It's so fucked
and
up.
As I learn more
You
about
see a cute
outdoor
shelf and you're like,
plants,
oh, I
right,
want
Julian?
this. And it costs like 50 bucks. And you're like,
Someday in the future, if
maybe not.
things get even more out of hand, which I anticipate they will, I'll do an update. I hope that you like this. I know this is like not a type of video that I'd usually make, but I know so many of you asked for it and requested it. And I know that some of you
Good
guys
night,
are
King
just
Ghost.
genuinely curious about my life or my hobbies, which is plants. They're my friends. Make sure you
Oh,
subscribe
never
to my channel.
mind.
Make me videos every Wednesday.
On
slash
good night,
Thursday.
King Ghost.
I have to go water my
Please
ceremony
don't
now.
post
Ceremony
random links in
means
chat.
it's gonna happen multiple times today. All right, let me check you. Can I check you? Oh, he's dry. He's very dry. He's very dry. You need to water. Okay, we're gonna play a game called the Quiet Game.
You didn't know what's a
Losing.
link? Oh, that's fine then. Don't worry about it. Just in general, you know.
How about we do a high five? Good boy.
Good.
All right, I will see you guys next week. Bye.
What's next? What's next? Julia uses Blender. It's more drawfy.
Do you want to share time you worked on this?
Okay, so I spent 10 hours and 23 minutes on mine. Wow. So what happened with mine, so I did Violet Evergarden, which is my favorite anime.
Beautiful anime, by the way.
Here's the problem with doing Violet Evergarden. It's by Kyoto Animations, and if you know anything about Kyoto Animations, is that everything they make is beautiful. They're also the people who did A Silent Voice and just a whole bunch of other ones. And I went to Google and I wanted to see how they made backgrounds. And of course, the first video I found was just like, Violet Evergarden changed how animation is made. So I was like, uh-oh.
Now you do it.
Now you do it.
That's
No
been your
biggie.
backlog for
Just
ages,
change how
so I
animation
watched
is
it.
made.
So I tried my best to do it kind of how they do it
Oh my
because it was
God.
taking 10 and a half
You
hours.
have to be in a certain mood to watch it.
Started
Every episode will make
taking
you sob.
shortcuts somewhere along
So-
the way.
God
Pace yourself.
forbid you didn't work for 20 hours.
Because I had to learn a new
JoJo's Bizarre
program
Adventure animation,
for
though,
mine.
I haven't seen a lot of that, so I can't really talk
Jacob,
about
do
it
you
that
want
much.
to
I'll
start?
get in. I'll get in it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Julia, is this Blender?
Yeah. So the way
Julia.
What?
Like, I knew I was gonna get flexed on because I saw how long it took you before I even did mine, so
yeah,
I knew, but I wasn't expecting this.
Julia, when did you learn how to use Blender?
You're watching me learn Blender.
Oh my god.
In real time.
I learned how to do a little bit of Blender like 10 years ago, but that was it.
But you know you're getting
Background in
perspective,
my
right?
drawing is the color green.
Me when I draw backgrounds, if I even use one. What's next? What's next? Yes. Cats are enthusiastic with the cat treat cake. Do you have to turn subs on for this? Again, more cat videos.
자, 영희들 얌얌 먹어요.
Oh, I have to turn subs.
신선해요.
그래요? 하나 더.
합격.
그래요, 알았어요. 기준이 뭐죠?
그러니까 색깔이랑 냄새인 것 같아.
Those
네,
paws.
알겠어요.
Love
얘기를
seeing cats'
해주시죠.
paws.
알았대요. 합격이요.
그래요, 알겠어요. 오늘의 요리 크레이프를 좀 아까 신선하다고 했던 바로 그 계란이에요. 오늘 노른자만 쓸 거예요. 어허. 아니야. 안 돼요. 티티는 언제 내려왔어 또?
This is my rabbit when I'm in the kitchen and I open the fridge. Such a bastard.
아니라고. 그 얼굴은 그게 뭐야? 믿을 수가 없네, 고양이 진짜. 엄마 오늘 평화롭고 겁나 우아하고 아름다운 요리를 만들 거라고.
안녕하세요. 루른데요. 저기 한 입만 주시면은.
익은 다음에 드세요. 아니에요, 저리 가세요.
That was your cat with your frozen tater tots? Oh right, I remember. Happened live on stream.
됐어, 가져갈 거야. 자, 엄마가 계란을 붙여줄 거예요. 약한 불에.
My fucking rabbit does, when I offer him a treat, like just in my hand, he'll like sniff it so gingerly that you think, oh, he's going to eat it right out of my hand. Then he takes it in his mouth and yanks it out of your hand and just runs off like a bastard. Shows you his ass and leaves. It doesn't even matter how big the treat is, right? Like if you offer him half a banana, he'll rip as much of it as he can out of your hand.
다 된 것 같은데요. 이제 먹어도 되나요?
안 돼요, 아직. 그 조금 더 나가세요.
Every time I see like cooking videos of people making like omelets or stuff, or like even egg crepe like this, I'm like, oh, that looks kind of yummy, but I don't like eggs. I'm like, maybe I should make them, but I don't like eggs. Every so often I'll think like, I guess I have all the ingredients for an omelet. I could go make one, and then I make one. I'm like, I don't like this. Every time. I don't know what I expected, right? But I still do it every so often.
맛있는 크레이프를 만들고 있어요. 짠. 오, 둔둔 왔어요. 크림을 다 바로 한 대 다 같이 먹을 거예요. 응?
그렇지. 거기 이렇게 누워. 멍멍이다, 멍멍이. 기다려. 기다려. 다시. 둔둔 기다려.
What a good cat.
둔둔 먹어.
So fluffy.
대단한데? 둔둔 좀 이따 이제 먹자. 가봐. 둔둔 안녕. 조금 이따 만나요.
Are cats allowed to eat frozen tater tots?
우리 야옹을 믿을 수가 없어요.
I don't actually know what cats can eat. I know they shouldn't eat raw fish. But that's where my knowledge
잠깐. 아 그래 거기 양심이 있어 이 고양이가. 양심이 있어. 먹다 남은 걸 노려. 잠깐 안돼. 내려와.
That's my rabbit when he yanks its feet out of my hand, except he leaves and shows you his ass first.
괜찮아. 마지막 뚜껑이 남아 있으니까 뚜껑을 덮으면 돼.
Oh, I forgot to turn it down. It's loud.
또 너냐? 잠깐만.
I think potatoes are probably fine. If you remember giving your cat any human food other than chicken scraps. It's probably for the best.
크레이프 완성! 짠!
So sometimes when I'm drinking like just pure fruit juice,
양아,
I'll give my rabbit a couple
완성했어!
sips. He goes crazy for it.
그렇다니까 한 입만 먹어봐도 될까요? 안녕하세요.
안 돼! 어디 입을 쩍 벌리고 자를 때까지 기다려주세요. 엄청나지? 과감하게!
Super yuzu! Oh my god. I'm going to remember that. Super yuzu. You regret not being here earlier? No worries. It's just a chill stream. We're just watching some of my videos. Some of my notes. Some of the videos that I like. Also, welcome, Krimishi. Hope your day's been going well. Cat bowl. Yeah. Cats. And bowls. And egg crepe. Great job naming what's on screen. This one has so many cats. I envy her.
야 계란 들어있어서 싫어요?
Me neither, Didi. Me too. We still haven't gotten to the very long video that I've talked about. It's still somewhere in this playlist. I don't actually know how many videos we've seen in this playlist and how many we haven't. Oh! This is the Sound Impression Challenge. Game Changer, full episode.
Get ready.
I love
for
this
a
one.
Game Changer. Tonight's guests, Mama to Precious Plum. It's Josh Rubin.
I hope with the delay this one's not too bad. You're gonna send videos
others.
to chat?
Sakayama.
Please don't this time. If you want, if enough people want it, I'll do a stream where I watch videos suggested to video suggested to me. But today I'm just watching users' favorite videos.
Welcome to Game Changer, the only game show where the game changes every
Community video
show.
night.
I
Yeah,
am your
eventually.
host, Sam Ray. I am joined today by these three lovely contestants. Now you all understand how the game works.
No, not at
Hope
all.
this
You
one won't
haven't
be
told us.
too bad
That's
with the delay.
right. Our contestants have no idea what game it is they're about to play.
There's a lot of college
The
humor
only
stuff
way
in
to
here.
learn is by playing. The only way to win is by learning, and the only way to begin is by beginning. So without further ado, let's begin. Josh.
Yeah.
The word is cow.
No problem.
Moo.
Cow.
Sorry, that is not the answer I was looking for. No points to Josh. You don't have to buzz, but I appreciate the initiative. Zach, your word is duck.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack.
That is correct.
Huh. Okay, I see what this is about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brennan, your word is monkey. Very good.
Ooh,
And now the players start to realize why I've brought them in particular here today.
Oh. We know all the animals.
We know all the animals. This is gonna be easy.
Josh,
Yeah.
your
I know
word
so many
is
animals.
cat.
No problem. And also, for a bonus point.
No, there are no bonus points for bonus sounds.
Cool, I'll just stick with my original answer.
Very good. Sakoyama, your word is frog.
Ribbit, ribbit.
I don't know if that's point worthy. I don't know if it's point worthy, and so I'm going to toss it up to the two other contestants to give me their frogs to see one of them is worthy
no problem.
of the steal. Josh, it's not you yet. Brennan, give me your best frog.
That's a pretty
Pretty
good frog.
good. Josh, let's hear what you got.
That wasn't it yet. You ready? All right. No problem. I got this, okay? Shush.
If you laugh through this, it's
All
not
right.
your point.
I know, I understand. Here's a frog coming right up. Everyone, shush. Bryn, stop. Pressure's on. Okay, only 6 seconds left. All right, ready?
Where did you get 6 seconds?
Shush.
There's
Just shush.
no clock.
Lower third, dude. Shush. All right, ready?
I think that point in particular goes to Brennan Lee.
Are you? God. Wow. That is so dumb.
Brennan,
Yep.
your word is chick. I do wonder if we can do better with our other two contestants. And so first, Zakoyama. I do think that was an improvement. Josh?
Not only am I going to do a chick, I'm going to do a whole horde of them and sort of bring them to life in this room, if you can imagine. Ready?
Yep.
Here they are. Just imagine a bunch of little ones. That's me petting them.
Horde of chicks? Sure is.
One bit me. One just came out of an egg. That's it, just coming out.
That's a really
It's not
good
big
egg
to touch.
sound,
Newborn
though they
chips with
don't
your hands.
come
That's
out
right.
that fast, but you
I
know.
do think for the theater
right.
of that display, that point needs to go to Josh Rubin. Josh, your word is donkey.
No problem.
What about a horde of yuzu clones?
Amazing!
You devised this
I don't
episode
think I have
just for
dedicated
polls for the
noise that I
trailer for
make.
this show. That's what this is.
Knowing it was going to be the three today. I was just like too excited to go to sleep last night.
If Josh doesn't get Seagull, I'm gonna freak out.
Seagull is nowhere in my plan.
You get Josh Rubin on and I give him the Seagull to do?
You want to do a seagull right now, just for fun? Okay, good.
I think we're fine.
It's a really good
I'll just
seagull.
keep going. Rat. You know, it's all
Don't,
the
don't! I have slides, Josh!
same. Give it
Horde
all
of
to me
yuzu
now.
clones
We
is also
all
a
know I
terrifying
can do
thought.
this.
Zach, your word
There's too
is
much chaotic
orca.
energy that's going to turn horny really easily.
Yes, that splash into the water did it. Brennan, your sound is hyena.
Hold on. I have to go into my
There's a deep drawer in a file cabinet somewhere in Brennan's
because
mind.
they don't laugh. They just that's the closest sound we
My
approximate.
dedicated
so I can't
noises want the
laugh.
big booba, don't you? I did say that once.
Fantastic.
Not close.
Fantastic.
I'm not sure if I say it that often.
I'm going to make this a toss-up. We will first go to Josh Rubin.
Hyena.
Yes.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, it's not a laugh. It's all. It's a little. They're more like this. It's definitely more like this. Shush. I'm gonna need everyone to shush, because I got a hyena right here, and it's not your typical, not your Lion King one. This is like straight out of Nat Geo. You ready? You'd think it'd be a monkey, but it's not.
That's a pretty good hyena.
That is very good, Josh. You set me up to think that was going to be an unmitigated disaster.
I didn't know what it was gonna sound like.
Zach.
Okay. So
This point is going to go to Josh Rubin. Josh, your word is sea lion.
That's it.
Cool. Great. Yes, that is in fact correct.
I'm 36 years old.
I am 35. Zach?
I'm 31 as the recording of this.
Brennan?
I'm also 31.
I'm 22.
It's important to know that there's 4 men in their 30s here.
Zach? Moose.
Moo.
Oh.
Zach? I'm...
Moo. Did you factor in the antlers?
I'm factoring them in as we speak.
Fun fact about moose, they're the
Zach
last
doesn't look like he's
species of
30.
North American megafauna.
He looks very young.
Points for the audience for learning.
Those are his Asian genes.
Brandon, it's not the extra credit show. It's make animal sounds. Come on, dude. I got places to be.
Josh has to leave in 4 minutes.
Zach, I think that point goes to you. Well done. Brennan, your word is fox.
What does the fox say? There's a whole song about
Running
this.
through his mind palace, looking for his room labeled fox.
I'm imagining Brennan in his memory palace. He's pulling out books and they say like ancient history.
The Rise and Fall of the Merovingian Dynasty,
Yes,
and then behind
yes.
that is like a cardboard book that says, "What noise a fox make?" Okay.
That is correct. Well done, Brennan.
Foxes
Point
do
to
scream at
you.
each
The
other.
Fox does remarkably like a chirping bird. We are now headed into our first mini game.
Fox.
Ash, would you
I'm not gonna say that out
bring
loud.
out the devices?
Oh, we're about to
We're going
get to my
give one
favorite bit
device
ever.
to each of our contestants. I am going to play a sound for you and then throw it to Josh. Ready, Josh? Your sound is...
No problem. It's the cops.
They have
That
automatons.
is
They sure
so
do.
far from what I want you to do here. Zach. Pretty good, Zach. I will give you the point unless Brennan can beat you now.
Don't me.
I think this point is going to go to Zach.
Yes. We got about 15 minutes to jam out.
Yeah, you know, let's hear what you got. If the three of you were performing on a subway, I would take money away from you.
I think about that
Head into
at least
round
once
two.
a day.
Josh Rubin at 5
If you were playing on a
points,
subway, I would
Zach
take money
Yama
away
with
from
4,
you.
Brennan Lee Mulligan with 3. Josh, your word is jackhammer.
That's him keeping the hat on. The helmet.
Don't let go of the jackhammer while you're using
Josh,
it.
without a doubt, despite the safety
I don't think I'd have to
concerns,
tell you
great jackhammer. That point is yours. Zach, your word is anguish. Very well done, Zach. Brennan, your word is a North Dakotan.
Yeah, I mean, I love it here in North Dakota. I moved here about 3 years ago from the East Coast. I'm enjoying it. I mean, work's been good. My wife obviously has her family out here, so I get back out to the East Coast, I'd say once or twice a year, which I could be more, but just while we're getting settled, it feels like it's good to try to put down roots here.
Brennan, I feel like you're trying to catch me on a technicality.
So you want me to engage in stereotype?
That point, I think, goes to you, Brennan, for catching me on being reductive. Shame on me. Josh, the Netflix intro.
That's really good.
Yeah, totally. I'll give you that point. Well
I
done.
had to add a little flourish.
Zach, hold music. I like that, Zach. I do. I do want to see what your fellow players have in mind.
Please wait while your conference call is waiting to connect. Bum, ba-da-dee-na, ba-ba-bum, ba-da-dee-na, ba-ba-bum, ba-da-dee-na, ba-ba-bum.
My vet's office has really bad hold music, and then they randomly put bird chirping, really loud bird chirping in between there.
Brennan, let's hear what
Horrible.
you have in mind.
Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line, and an operator will be with you shortly. Girl from Ipanema is not better.
You know, I do like your take, Brennan. The issue is probably one of our legal ability to use that song, and so I think this point's going to go to Josh. Brennan, stirring creamy mac and cheese.
Ooh, ready? Watch this.
Yeah. Mmm.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop. That sounds more like a slurp.
Oh, Josh, do you want to
Yeah,
challenge?
I do. That just sounds like an anxious 50-year-old man slurping noodle sauce.
Mac and cheese ASMR.
Noodle
I'm sure that's
sauce.
out there.
Is noodle sauce. You want mac and cheese?
Josh,
stir?
I'm going to ask you to put your money where your mouth is.
Absolutely. Everyone close their frickin' mouths. I mean eyes and mouths. I want you to put yourself in your kitchen.
You've watched it? Good
That's
for
the
you.
Stove. Here's the stir.
You know, Josh, that is a good stir. The issue is, I like Brennan's
Get me in
originally.
there.
And
Get me in there.
Oh, what?
Let me have a shot at this.
Zach, okay, you
not
have
gonna-
your shot.
Whatever, man.
If I had known this was going to be the no holds barred elbow throwing massacre this has turned into, I would have played the start of this game very differently.
All right, let's give
And
Zach
this is the
let's give
precedent we're
Zach a
setting.
chance.
Get ready for the back
So
half of this episode.
I'm feeling like a little thin over here,
Yeah.
a little mechanical over here.
Okay.
I think it's more like a.
This point goes to Zach. I'm sorry.
That was really
This
quiet. Did you guys even
point
hear
goes
that?
to Zach.
Stepping in mac and cheese.
Wow, well done, my friend. Josh.
I'm sorry.
Give me 100 Batmans.
We have to get
I love it. Holy Josh. Holy I would give you more than 1 point, but that's not how the game works. Zach, a dinosaur speaks its first English. The dinosaur's first word is hi. How wholesome is that? Brennan, a vampire nauseated by drinking blood.
The children of the night. What sweet music they make. And now for me to feel. Now for me to. Oh, I'm going to sit down.
Fantastic, Brennan. Josh, your parents are arguing softly in the other room about you having been allowed to see an R-rated movie.
Well, I was supposed to see it on them. But I don't know, it's with Alien. Well, there's blood all over the place. So you work in the video store and you think, oh, that looks like a good time to watch? This is not about that.
Great, Josh. Zach.
Yes.
A cool bass lick, and then the rest of the band joins in. Zach, that was well done, but I do want to see what the rest of our players have in mind for this.
You can't see me headballing, but I promise I am.
Very well done, Josh. Very well done, Josh. And I did appreciate it at the same time as I think technically Brennan's sounded more like music. So this point is going to go to Brennan. Brennan.
Yes.
A recording of a political speech so old that it's unintelligible.
The question put forward today before this august body is the question of declination, whether or not our territory is to assume the mantle of a state or whether we are to recede into the Allied colonies.
Very well done, Brennan, and I like your interpretation of this. It wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I do like it, and you could still win the point. Josh.
Yeah, because I think the word is old. So theoretically, the recording would be so old. You could
I
go
don't know
there
what that
and
is,
so
to
it'd
be
more
honest.
like-
I
more
assume
like
it's something really old about politics.
Savory. And first, horse and buggies.
Josh, well done. I'm going to throw this to Zach to see what he can give us.
So you have like a record or something.
I appreciate all these interpretations, and Josh and Zach, that is what I had in mind by unintelligible. But Brennan, I think your interpretation of this was exciting enough to me that the point is going to go to you.
It was intelligible! It was intelligible!
So old is not modifying recording, it's modifying political speech. The politics.
You don't need to like the game, you just need to play it. It's time for our next mini game. Ash, would you please bring out the vases? Each of you is going to get one of these beautiful vases. Ready, players? Your sound is Josh. Zach.
I love Zach's expression during this. Do wish the sound was synced though.
Well done, everyone. Zach and Brennan, that is a point for you. Sorry, Josh. We are now in round 3. Josh has 10 points. Zach and Brennan are tied. This is a tight game. Josh, your word is... I do like it. I am going to throw it out to the other 2 contestants.
Take the picture.
Okay, Brennan.
Yeah, so basically what we're trying to do is like combine long form and short form improv. The other 7 guys on my team, Chris, Mike, Matt, Chris, Matt, Scully, who's crazy, and Matt, they're like extremely funny dudes. This date's going well.
That point goes to Brennan.
Wow.
Zach, your word is...
We're having fun over here. We don't need to go over there.
I will take it, Zach. Well done.
Thank you.
Brennan, your word is...
Okay, so everyone looks at Candyland and they see a mythical place, all right? A lot of work has got to happen to make this run on time. You think a peanut butter swamp doesn't have infrastructural issues? You
Yeah, this is where Brennan just goes crazy, huh?
Go put the pipes in to bring the peanut butter to the swamp, all right? And that's where Fredo comes in, baby.
You just developed an entire world. A point for you, Josh. Your word is... I'll take it, Josh. Well done. Zach, your word is...
Too many hamburgers! No!
I would have taken it, but Brennan clearly wants to throw his option into the mix.
I said I would throw elbows earlier on.
What you got?
All right.
Susan,
Have batteries as channel
listen
points,
to the
but no
voices
recharge redeem?
you know the
I want.
hamburger power
What would recharge
courses
do?
through your veins. Relinquish control.
I can't. My mother told me never to give in. I don't want to become like her.
Be the hamburger queen, whether you wish or no.
I mean, Josh, it's yours if you want to try. But
I don't want to.
Okay,
No.
cool. Let's go to Brennan. Wow, Brennan, your word is...
Seeing into forever isn't as scary as people say. Time is
Chuck
an
would force me
infinite
to
loop.
take a
This
break to go
moment,
get
like
snacks.
all moments,
I like that.
exists in a
I'll write that
perpetual
down.
state of being.
That was dark and worth a point. Well done, Josh. Your word is...
Yeah, I'm gonna stuff my kid. I'm gonna get some food.
Thank you for the
That's
fart.
what I'm gonna wake up, okay? I'm gonna go to the deli, okay? I'm gonna get a banana. That's right, a banana. And I'm gonna stroke it. I'm gonna stroke it up my goose poop. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to my Bruce, and I'm gonna stook a banana up my goose poop.
Wow, that is a point for Josh. Zach,
There, I wrote it down.
Your word is...
Exudes poop.
Hello, my sweet baby. My corn child. You will grow up to be strong for the future.
I'll have a Richard for
I
you.
mean, that's worthy of
I'll
a
set
point
that up.
for sure.
Oh, thank God.
Brennan, your word is...
Oh my God, this is so sick. Look at this meme my dad sent me. It's me dead. Why are you guys sad?
Is that a woman
I'll
drawing
give
up
you
a
the
corn
point for
cob?
that,
It sure
Brennan.
looked
Well
like it.
imagined. Josh.
Oh, behold your garden. Tomatoes. Zucchini. We have a gopher. There is a gopher.
That's
I can't wait
the second
to
time
buy
gophers
from
have
this
come up
demon
today.
at the farmer's market. Point for Josh. Zach, your word is...
Son, I will give you a treat now if you promise to never again go outside.
Well done. Brennan, your word is...
Jesus Christ, Ted! You're a horse, I'm a man. We ran afoul of a wizard at the grocery store, and this could be solved if we worked together. But instead, you're being a real, and I don't, no pun intended, horses.
That is a point for Brennan. Brennan, you are the winner of this episode. Congratulations, Brennan. Well done. That's it for us here at Game Changer. Remember, if you listen closely enough, everything is music. Weird, annoying, indie, experimental. Good night.
Good night. No, we're still going. What's the next video? There's still the really long one.
Thanks for watching that episode of Game
Yes,
Changer.
yes.
If you liked it, I have great...
Crunch. If you don't like mouth or like eating noises, look away now.
Roar! Jesus Christ, Aaron, fine. Fuck. All right. Roar!
That was good. You didn't even know College Humor was still around. Yeah, they mostly make stuff on Dropout now. But don't keep up too much. Oh, don't go in the middle of it. The hell? This is... Oh, I thought this one was longer, huh? Good for you. This is one of my favorite comfort videos. It's not really that funny. I just like it. You forgot what the video effect was called? Content-aware scaling. This is called The Miracle Sudoku by Cracking the Cryptic. It's just a kind British man solving a Sudoku. And I fucking love this.
Hello, welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic.
You've watched that Sudoku one
You're
before?
managing to stay
Yeah.
safe during lockdown.
It's really good.
We're continuing our schedule of doing 2 videos a day. So Mark is going to be back later on tonight with I think a classic Sudoku today. He's going to try a New York Times hard puzzle for you guys. So look out for that. A big thanks for the lovely responses we've had to yesterday's celebration video on 150,000 subscribers.
You love this dude already?
It's a very
He's-
emotional video.
I
for
really
us,
like their videos. They're
and,
just nice and
it's
calming
been
to watch.
absolutely amazing to read all of your comments on it. So, big thanks. Also, big thanks, of course, if you support the channel on Patreon. We've put a bit of bonus content up there today, as an anti-night puzzle by Mike Haldeman. Mike's appeared on the channel, I think, twice with puzzles in videos, and the puzzle we put up is very nice indeed. Not easy.
He's a bit quiet,
so do
huh?
check that out if you're
Make him loud.
supporting the channel there. Now, what am I doing today? You may be wondering, looking at this blank Sudoku grid. Well, something a bit different is the answer. Mark has a puzzle that he wants me to try, but he says that I have to load the puzzle up during the video. So that's exactly what I'm going to do in a minute. I do have the rules. What normally happens is that once we've decided which puzzle we're doing, I sort of put it into the software, and then load it up, and I have, you know, I suppose those few seconds of when I'm putting it into the software to think about it. But Mark wants me to have none of that today. I'm literally just going to see the grid for the first time with you guys. So I suspect we're going to be looking for something extremely strange. But anyway, let me read the rules of this Sudoku, which, by the way, is by Mitchell Lee. Now, Mitchell is, of course, a setter for the Galactic Puzzle Hunt. So he is an awfully good puzzle constructor. Now, the rules of this puzzle that we're going to try are: normal Sudoku rules apply. Any two cells separated by a knight's move or a king's move, as in chess, cannot contain the same
some real
digit.
big brain people shit.
Any two orthogonally adjacent cells cannot contain consecutive digits. So that is quite a big restriction on this grid. So let's just talk a bit about what that means. If we put a 1 in the middle, the knight's move constraint says that if this was a chess knight, it could jump to all of these cells, and therefore none of these yellow cells can contain a 1. Now,
this guy's brain is so big, by the way.
Constraint
You're gonna see this later too, but oh my god.
Let's imagine that was a 1 this time. Now, if this was a chess king, obviously, you know, the 1 removes all of these cells from being 1s just because of normal Sudoku. But if this was a chess king, it could also move to this cell and this cell. So neither of these yellow cells could be a 1 in this iteration. And finally, what have we got? We've got any two orthogonally adjacent cells cannot contain consecutive digits. Right, so that means that these 4 cells could not contain a 2 in this Sudoku. So, yeah, so there's an awful lot of restrictions going on. Right, now with that, let me see if I can... how do I do this? I'm going to have to... Let me just see if I can put that in there. Let's see what we get. Right. He's got to be joking. There is no way that this... Well, it might have a unique solution, but it's not going to be findable by a human being. I suspect this is going to be a short video because he is trolling me.
Spoiler, this video is like 25 minutes long.
Although I can put a 1 in this box, in the central box. So, right, I'm going to give this 5 minutes and then we will probably turn the video off and you'll never see this. And yeah, he's going to get an angry phone call. Otherwise, this is going to be a work of sublime genius and it will appear on the channel. So, let us, if you want to have a go, I suppose I should say that. If you want to have a go, click on the link under the video to play the puzzle. And with that, let's get cracking. Now, why do I think I can put a 1 in this box? Well, it's because of all these massive constraints on the grid. Those can't be 1s by normal Sudoku rules. Those 2 squares are a king's move from this cell, so they can't be 1. These are a knight's move from those squares, so they can't be 1. And that square is adjacent to a 2, which is consecutive, so that can't be a 1. So the 1 does in fact go there and there, because that we can't put a 1 ever next to a 2. So there is a little bit we can do here. Now let's check this 2. Does it rebound in here? I don't believe it. It does, doesn't it? Because look, these 1s all of a sudden have a potency because they can't have a 2 next to them. So all of those squares can't be 2. And this 2 sees that one by knight's move. So this is a 2 and that's a 2 because it can't be next to a 1. Right. But this is probably where you can't go any further because, I mean, there's just no communication in the top or bottom of the grid here. Although, having said that, having said that, where do we put the 1 in that row? Okay, this we may actually have to take this a bit more seriously because this...
There's no way this puzzle can be solved.
This one rules out that square by knight's move, that by Sudoku, that square by knight's move. This one rules out that by king's move, that by Sudoku, and that by king's move, and that by knight's move. And this one rules out that one as well. So this square is a 1.
You don't even know what the different chess pieces do, you just use them to stamp pains.
Knight's move constraint.
I barely know what the different chess pieces do, but that's where my chess knowledge stops.
And now in this row 2 is restricted as well, because this 2 sees that one by knight's move, that by king, that by normal, king, knight, normal from this 2. So the 2 is in one of those 2 positions. So the 2 is in one of these 3 cells in box 2. Ones have got to be in one of those.
I mean, I've played chess on this channel before. We all know I call the knight the horse because it's a horse.
Can we get
and
any
my main
better
goal
than
is making the
that?
pieces kiss. So.
We can't quite use the consecutive constraint because you know, if I make this a 2, the 1 could escape to there. Look, so we can't quite use that. So we're going to have to look. We're going to have to look lower down the grid, and unless I've missed a restriction there, I can't see what to do at the top. I mean, I suppose that one rules out that square, that square, that. Actually, the 2 is quite restricted even in this square.
I love how you
So
can
the
hear
2
the disbelief in his
cannot
voice that it's
go
actually
here,
working.
Here, here, or here. So 2 must be in one of those 3 cells. Still not good enough. Right, let's have a look down here. So the You're kidding. Look, the 2 in row 7. This one rules out that square, that by knight's move. This square could be a 2. This one can't. This one can't because of this one, knight's move. King's move to this one. King's move to this one. Knight's move. I don't believe it. That is a 2. That one's not a 2, therefore. So now 2. Look, 2's. This 2 sees that square by knight's move, so the 2 must be in one of those 2 cells. And now where does a 2 go in one of those 3 cells? This one rules out both of those. The 2 must go here. That gives us a 2 at the top. That one can't be 2 now. I don't believe it. This is... So now we know the 2 is in one of those cells. That can't be a 2. This is a 2. We now can't put the 1 here because it will be next to a 2. Sorry, can't put the 1 there. The 1 shifts here and must be in one of these 3 squares.
I love how
and
excited
it can't
he
be
gets.
next to a 2, so it's
So
actually
nice.
in one of those 2 squares. You are kidding.
That's why this is my comfort video.
Now, yeah, look, this box, where does the 1 go? This 1 rules out those squares. The 2 and the 1 rule out this square. This 2 rules out that square. This 1 is ruled out by the king condition. This 1 can't be a 1, because if it's a 1, neither of those squares can be a 1.
He just in his class like an anime protagonist coming out of retirement for season 2.
So I think we're just left.
So true.
We're just left with
He's
those
like
2 cells to be the 1. And
the-
that means that's not a 1.
He's like one of the players on the rival team who has the big brain.
Oh my goodness. What is going on with this puzzle?
I just think this video is sweet.
I don't believe it. The 1 is restricted to those 2 squares in this top box, because this cell sees that one by the knight's move, sees that one, well, either by king's move from the 1 or orthogonally adjacent to the 2. This can't be a 1. This is the 1. You are kidding. So now we get left with this. arrangement of 1s and 2s at the top. Now, this arrangement is quite interesting as well. It's sort of symmetrical. But if we try and put the 1 and the 2 far apart in either position, in the other row it will move them together, and that's not allowed. So actually we know that the 1 and the 2 must be exactly 1 cell apart wherever they
The main
appear.
character of Sudoku Chess Leaves No Friends. You'd be surprised what kind of sports anime are out there.
So, right, but this is probably now going to be impossible, because now we've got 1s and we've placed some 2s, but the 3s, which must be where we have to go now, because we know nothing at all about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. We know that 3s are restricted by 2s. That is all we know. So 3s, for example, in that box have to go in one of those positions. But in this box, they can go just about anywhere. They can go here. They can't go in one of those 2 squares, because then they'll be orthogonally adjacent to a 2. So they can go in 5 positions in this box. They can go in... no, this is just not going to solve.
He's still not convinced.
There's too many places. I suppose they can't go in. They can't go ever next to a 2.
Are there too many places,
look,
huh?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is just... And in this box... Well, this is about... this box is about the best box, because this 2 and this 2 rule out that square and that square. And this one rules out those 3 squares. So 3 is restricted there. Now I'm going to colour all of those in. Right. So the theory is that apparently we can resolve this pattern into 3s that are solvable. No way.
Or yes way.
Well, that one can't be a 3. Let's put that. I can see that because the 3 is in one of those 2 places. That one can't be a 3, because if we try a 3 there, it rules out those 2 and that one by the knight's move constraint. So actually we can do another digit there. That one can't be a 3. Actually, that one can't be a 3 either, because if that's a 3, look, it rules out that one, and then the knight's and the king's move constraint rule out those 2 as well. So this one isn't a 3 either. It's actually amazing how much of a restriction this or this combination of rules turns out to be, but it's still very hard to believe that it's going to be enough to resolve anything here. That square's quite nice. That can't be a 3, because if that's a 3, it rules out that one by king's move, and those 2 by knight's move, so we can get rid of
You're
one
watching
more.
with rapt attention, even though you've seen it
delete,
before. Me too.
colour.
I watch it like once every couple months, and I love it every time. The way he figures it out is just... It's
That
one, amazing, and 2, it's
Now,
weirdly heartwarming.
That's amazing. So this one can't be a 3, because it rules out this sort of Tetris shape from the middle box. Rules out that one, those 2 by knight's move, and that one by king's move. So this is not possible. Now this one is not possible, because it sees that one, and that one by knight's move. You have got to be joking. Now we are getting somewhere, aren't we? Because now we know the 3 is in column 1 in this box, so that is not a 3. Now this isn't a 3, because it would see both of those by knight's move.
I'm hungry, so I'm gonna break into some fries that I have, so if I'm quiet, it's because I'm munching on fries.
I don't believe it. This isn't a 3 now.
Cold fries, by the way.
It sees every one of those 3 squares. So now this isn't a 3. By the same logic, it sees all those 3 squares. And now we've got a domino here, so this isn't a 3. This can't be a 3. And wherever we put the 3, in fact this, oh, that's very interesting. Wherever we put a 3 here, either there or there, those two can't be a 3 because effectively you can ring a domino. It's a bit like a star battle, star. It can't touch anything. I'm not sure if I'm making myself clear there, but let's just imagine this was a 3. If this is a 3, you can see it rules out all of those squares immediately by the king's move constraint. But it also sees these two by knight's move and that one by Sudoku. So it rings the entire domino. So actually, wherever the 3 is here, neither of those can be a 3. And, oh, this is just staggering. This is absolutely staggering because now, look, we've locked the 3 into column 8 and column 9 in 2 different blocks. So we now know that in column 7 the 3 must be in this domino here. And we know that therefore those are not in. And now look, row 8 and 9. We've got the 3s locked into the same 2 rows in 2 different boxes. So this, neither of those can be a 3. The 3, we've got a 3 in the, we're going to get another 3 and another, I don't believe this. The 3s are placeable from that absolute gibberish we had in the grid. What, this is magic. We are watching magic unfold here.
Usually, I'm of the firm opinion that British things would have a content warning in front of them, because I never expect them to be British and I always take it back.
The 2 must move here.
But this guy being British adds to it. This makes it better.
This is the 1 and this is the 2.
I love
it. We've disambiguated all of this as well. Oh my goodness. So now we move on to 4s, presumably. We've done all the 1s, all the 2s, all the 3s. You could not believe it. Now, it's possible the 4s are going to be easier, you know, because there's less space in the grid now. 4s are already quite restricted. In fact, in this box, the 4 must be in one of those 2 cells. This is going to solve, isn't it? This is going to solve. I am pretty dumbfounded, I have to say. That is... If this solves... I'm not sure I've got the adjectives to describe what is going on here. This is like the universe is singing to us here. This is just absolutely unbelievable. 4s, right. So the 4s here rule out that one. We've got a domino here. We know what we do with dominoes. They cannot have 4s.
That means you can see there are a lot of numbers. Your optician would be proud.
Place is a 4. Place is a 4. Those 2 are both ruled out. That one by the king's move. Place that 4. Place this 4. 4 here. It's just absolutely unbelievable. The 4s were easy. Let's get rid of the colouring and move on. So 5s now. So already, yeah, the 5s are restricted. They are very restricted. It can't be next to a 4. Whoa, look at this. We're going to be able to place a 5 in this cell immediately.
You know what any of the numbers mean?
And here, that's the only place a 5 can go in the block.
I mean, it's fairly simple. If you have a 1 in a box, that means that no other 1 can be in the box. And that means that in either row or column that the 1 is also in, there can be no other 1. And in every box, row, and column, there has to be every number from 1 to 9.
This one, obviously,
and this one has some extra rules, obviously.
Must be a 5, therefore. That resolves everything.
I used to solve Sudokus all the time as a kid, but none as hard as this.
This one, that one, that one and that one, and we're done with 5s as well.
He's using chess to solve Sudoku? Yeah, basically.
I have to say, this is something extremely special. Now, can we keep this going? So 6s must be in one of those
Well,
two.
actually, this guy isn't Mitchell. I don't remember what his name is. Mitchell is the guy who made this puzzle.
The
Who
5
like came
sees
up with
both
it
of
at the
those,
rules.
and that 5 sees that square. So now the 6 must be in one of those two cells. Both look possible at the moment. This 5 sees those two, so we can place the 6. Ah, that one, that 5 sees that square. The 6 is placeable in in the centre. This 6 sees that by knight's move, so that 6 must be true. That's the only place the 6 can go in the bottom cell. 6 must go here. That resolves the 6 at the top. 6 must be in this square. And what do we say? Ah, that must be a 6. That must be a 6. And therefore this must be a 6. So now, presumably, yeah, 7s, look, we can just write a 7 in. Because the 6 and this 6 and this 6 rule out both of those squares. So the 7 must go here. This must be a 7. We mustn't put a 7 next to a 6. That must be a 7. This 7 by knight's move sees that one, sees that one. That's a 7.
The god at this number just keep
That's a
on
7.
coming.
That's
yeah.
a 7. This
So,
is a 7. Must
I did
avoid-
attempt this
avoid
one
the
too.
king's move
The
constraint.
first time I watched it. Because I have a link in the
7
description
down
where you
here,
can
look,
attempt
must
this one
be in
yourself.
this square, which means that's a 7. And I
And I tried it, but I got really sad at the
and
beginning.
eights
so I
and nines
watched
are
his
just gonna
video
resolve. All we've
until
got to
like
find is a 7 that's
once he
orthogonally
filled in the
connected to
5s or
something,
so, like not that many
or
numbers.
where there's a gap next to a
And
7.
then I
This
got it,
7.
and the more numbers
Look,
you have, the
this
easier it
square
gets
here
actually.
now cannot be the 8, so that's going to completely trip the whole puzzle, isn't it? We are watching something extremely special here. This Mitchell Lee has come up with a work of sublime genius. That's got to be the 8. That's got to be the 9. Yes. Wow. Oh my goodness me. Now, let's just take a stare at this, because there must be something going on in this grid.
Wow.
We've got
wow,
the central
indeed.
cell is a 9, so
It's so amazing to me.
I'm just wondering if
Like,
we've
not
got
only that he
symmetry here.
solved
Let's
it from having
take all the
just 2
nines
numbers and a set
and
of rules,
highlight
but the
them,
fact that
and then
someone
have a look.
created this to work out so
have we
perfectly.
got- yes, we have rotational symmetry. So the 8s and the 1s are always reflecting onto each other. Look at that. So wherever an 8 appears, if you rotate the grid through 180 degrees, you always find a 1. Look at that. Absolutely mesmerizing. Oops, I've misclicked there, but you can see this 1-8 here reflect up there onto that 1-8 at the top. The 7 is reflecting onto a 2
Yeah,
always.
there's perfect rotational symmetry.
The
And also,
3
if
is
you look at
reflecting
the
onto a
rows,
6. The 4s and 5s
um,
are reflecting onto each
the
other. as
order
well.
of the numbers is always
Oh
the same.
my goodness me.
Just slightly
well,
moved.
That grid is something that you should just take a photo of and preserve for posterity. That is an unforgettable puzzle. Unforgettable. Actually, thank you, Mitchell. Unbelievable. Thank you, Mark, as well. I very nearly clicked stop on the video actually, and rang you to berate you. But no, that was something special. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the
I don't
comments.
even know if I have more videos left in my playlist.
I don't know what to say. Absolutely amazing.
I feel like we're nearing the end of it, if not the actual end. Let's find out. Is that it? It seems to have been it. Well, 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 well. Ending on an absolute banger of a video. Well, I'm not gonna go to my chatting screen because I'm lazy, and also I don't have the blanket in there. That was 25 minutes. Yeah, it certainly was. Absolute banger. Indeed. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna find someone to raid. Let's raid Jindo. Jindo's playing Stardew Valley. Oh god, I'm holding a fry in my hand. I need to type. Thanks for sticking with me while I was mostly just watching my own favorite videos for comfort. Nico years redeem equals super yuwu. Oh my god, I'm gonna write that down too. It's Jindo, right? Yeah. Let's go rate Jindo. Thanks for cool videos. You really like Sudoku? Me too! And thanks for sticking around. I'm gonna be live again on tomorrow. On tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, playing more 999. And I'll see you guys then. Yeah. Bye bye.